Hello, creeps.
All right, welcome back to Fright Night Flicks. You're here with Dan and Darren.
What's up, guys?
What is up, everyone? Today we're reviewing the 2026 brand new, still in theaters, Scream number 7.
I'm gonna make everyone you love suffer, including your pretty daughter. This is gonna be fun.
Scream.
What is Scream 7 about? Well, it's about I would say a lot of family drama, you know, like dealing with trauma and having a guy in a Ghostface mask trying to kill you.
Are you just saying that because you didn't write a summary?
Well, I just winged the synopsis.
I mean, we think we all know Ghostface is chasing Sydney and her family and friends. Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like this one, there is a lot about the family drama. The relationship between her and her daughter.
Yeah, I think so. That's like what the main story is about.
Yeah, that is it. And who's that main story written and directed by? That'd be Kevin Williamson. Seen him in many of the Scream franchise, maybe all of them. I don't know. There's like 7, maybe one he's not in. I don't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember which ones he did and didn't do, but I know I like him, I think.
I think I typically like his movies.
Sure. We don't know anything.
Now, who are the actors and actresses? Well, Neve Campbell's back, obviously. That's our Sydney, right? I shouldn't say obviously, you know, because she wasn't in the last one. And they make it a clear point in this movie all throughout it.
Well, no, it is obvious that she is Sydney. There hasn't been another Neve Campbell that plays Sydney. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah. If Sydney's in here, you're right. She's here.
Yes, that is obvious.
But they make it clear that Sydney did not go to New York. And they bring that up, I don't know, 10 times in this movie.
Well, as any Scream movie, it's very self-aware. And yeah, they do throw that in quite a bit.
Yeah, but we also have Courtney Cox back, David Arquette, and Matthew Lillard.
And that's the thing with this one is like everyone wants to know, is Matthew in the movie or not? By the way, we're going to say right now, we're not going to spoil anything until we break the movie down. So it's okay right now if you haven't seen the movie.
Yes, this is spoiler free, soft spoil-ish.
For now.
So what did the critics think about this movie? And I will say they didn't like it, 34%.
On Rotten Tomatoes.
But the audience bounced back with a 78. So it's one of those movies you're like, I'm not really sure what we're going to like feel going into it.
Usually this ratio means I'm going to like it. It means typically that the movie's not really that good, but it's going to be enjoyable because the audience liked it.
Yeah. So like the critics are like, oh, the cinematography wasn't great.
The character development was lacking.
But the audience is like, hey, it was a fun watch.
Like, F it, I enjoyed the kills.
Yeah. And actually, this movie review is going to be new for us because we had a variable that we've never had before that may have skewed me.
Oh, yeah. Theater experience.
We'll talk about it in our initial impressions, but
I'm just going to say, I think this is the first time I've ever gone to a theater and watched a Scream movie.
Actually, I think that might be true.
Yeah.
All right, before we jump in, we got some new members and we got to shout them out. YouTube, we have Philip29, and on Patreon, Malik Waters. We appreciate you guys.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for joining up. And hey, if you want bonus episodes, become a member. We have a ton of them. And we just dropped House of Wax, which was like a 2-hour episode.
Yeah, we went deep.
That was a lot of fun.
We enjoyed it. Yeah. Some of those are like honestly some of our best episodes. I'm not even just saying that.
No, it was like a horrible movie and it was fun to do.
It was horrible, but fun. Horror fun.
Yeah.
Hey, do you want more Fright Night Flicks? We got you covered. When you join our Patreon or become a YouTube member, you get access to a bonus episode every month. And trust me, we have some episodes you're not going to want to miss. Everything from cult classics to slashers and some of the most absurd horror movies that we just can't fit on the main show. Like Troll 2, which has no trolls and isn't related to Troll 1. And if that isn't enough, you'll get early access to all the episodes before anybody else. And if you really want to be part of the madness, our top tier members can pick our horror movies and make us suffer through whatever you guys want. So if you really love what we do and want to help support the show, head over to Patreon, search up Fright Night Flicks, or just hit that little join button on YouTube. We'd love to have you. Back to the show. And quick shout out everyone who leaves reviews on Spotify and Apple. Those are like steadily growing, which helps this podcast be seen by a ton of like more people.
So if you like the podcast, we'd appreciate a review. That's all we ask.
And those who've left them, we appreciate you.
Absolutely. Every day.
All right, let's get to the reviews. Jose M. These are all, I still am pulling these from Rotten Tomatoes because where'd you say to get them? Amazon?
Yeah, I just listen to other podcasts and that's where they get some crazy ones. But
yeah, but this is so new. There are no reviews. You know what I mean? Like there is no Amazon for Scream 7.
Yeah, I don't care. It's fine.
All right. Starting with Jose M. Good movie. It's Scream, so you know what to expect if you've seen any of them. 5 stars.
Yeah, it's valid.
You know, the man just loves him a Scream movie.
Hey, it's true. If you know what to expect from a Scream movie, that's what you're going to get with a little twist.
Why are you looking at me?
I don't know. I thought you were going to say something.
Yeah, I liked it. A little twist, sure.
I didn't know if you were going to make
Is that
fun
like
of me.
a twist of the knife? Like,
It could work in multiple ways.
all right. KCN didn't think it was possible to make a bad Scream movie. 3 stars.
Well, 3 stars isn't a bad review.
That's what I'm saying. It's confusing.
That's like a C. That's okay.
Yeah, so that was like a mediocre score for the movie, so I wouldn't say it was bad.
Yeah, you need to work on your star system. That review should have been like a 2 or 1.
Unless he actually liked the movie. Well, no, I think he was going for it being bad.
Well, you say he. I don't even know. It's Casey. Could go both ways.
That is true.
Yeah.
True. And our last review is Sean. This movie is just bad. It does a bait and switch on the audience, and the finale is by far the worst of any Scream movie. They really phoned it in on this one. What a waste of time. I actually was angry after watching it. I would recommend not wasting your money. That was a 1 star.
In our initial review impressions here in a minute, we'll talk about the ending, but no, we're not.
No, we can't go into the ending because that's spoiling.
I will give our thoughts on it though.
All right. Well, first, let's start off with our experience in the movie theater because I honestly do think this has skewed me.
Yeah, like we said, we have never, to our memory, have ever watched a Scream movie in theater. And I gotta say, it was a blast.
It was, as the kids say, lit.
It was like in that Stab movie. You know what I'm saying? Where they showed what it was like to go to a Stab movie in this. Was that in Scream? Scream 2.
That was like the intro of the Scream movie.
Whatever. It was wild. It was fun though. Lots of people talking. I mean, someone thought it was like they were running a podcast in the movie theater.
Yeah, there was somebody who had like main character syndrome where they were going a little far.
They thought the crowd was into it too. You know, they were feeling themselves when they'd shout out something. It was interesting. Sometimes they hit, sometimes they missed. Most of the time it was a miss.
Yeah, but they also just did a lot of talking in their full voice. There was no whisper factor.
Yeah, like, oh, come on, Sydney. No, Sydney, don't do that.
Well, not even just that. I think it was like casual conversations were just going on.
Yeah, it was interesting.
So there was some like bad stuff. Also, someone brought a baby. If you have a baby and you take them to a Scream movie, you've made a mistake. You should not be in that theater.
No, that's just such a bad idea. Especially anytime you go to a movie theater, you can't bring your baby. Hey, we've had kids. We didn't bring them to movie theaters. There's a little period where you just can't go to movie theaters. That is what it is.
Yeah, and I know you probably want to watch the movie and you have a baby and this is your time to go out. But the baby don't want to watch the movie. It's super loud too.
Well, it's mainly like the other people around don't want to hear the baby.
Yeah, so F you, baby person.
But not the baby. Baby, you're cool.
Baby's fine. Baby's fine. No, but overall, the theater, like there was gasps and there was cheer. There was a lot of cheering.
Oh, Sydney, or when someone would hit Ghostface, the crowd just erupts. When someone walks into a serious situation, a lot of groaning.
Yeah.
It was funny. It honestly seemed unreal. Like this seemed like I was in a movie theater. You know what I'm saying?
Which made it fun because me and you were just up there laughing at like the responses.
I couldn't believe the crowd acted like this. They were so into the movie, which made the movie more fun.
Yeah, and in the breakdown, I throw in a little bit of the crowd reactions.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, the crowd did a great job at our movie theater.
But it did make me like more into the movie, like got me into it.
Well, to me, what I saw is who the movie was marketing to. Like, these are real Scream fans. You forget they're out there. I mean, we're Scream fans, but kind of casual. I mean, I've always loved the movies, but I'm not like deep into it. There's some people that just love to go watch a Scream movie. They don't really care if it's a well-made movie. They just want to have a good time and get scared.
Yeah, and I would say we did have a good time.
Okay, yeah, let's get into our initial impressions now.
Okay, let's start off with the movie. First of all, this is the first, I think, of the Scream movies that uses AI.
I like the way they did it. Should we even say that? It kind of...
No, we can say they used AI because there's some misdirections that go on.
Yeah.
You don't know if who you're seeing is the person, and you won't know till the end.
Well, you don't even know if it's AI is the problem.
But they talk a lot about it.
Yeah, they use AI nonetheless. Whether it's the real person or it's AI, that's the little twist.
But I do kind of like it because that's where we're at nowadays, is where you could fake being someone else.
Absolutely, which is cool. Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, I like the AI touch.
Not to mention a ton of nostalgia because we had characters come back. Stu Macher's in this. We won't give anything away. Dewey comes back. Another one. Some of the old killers came back from the old Scream movies.
And you may be wondering, Dewey's dead. Again, there's AI in this movie. Yeah, you'll see.
I thought the way they brought him back.
We're not saying like the characters are actually in the movie like AI. There's a twist to it.
Yeah. And I thought the way they brought him back was really cool. And I thought Stu's character in this was really neat. I liked it. I can't say too much more. We'll do it in the breakdown.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. I still got to process some of that. But overall, the whole movie itself, it was like almost a Scream museum ride.
It felt like a movie for the fans. I don't know. It felt like a blast, to be honest. I had a great time with it. And well, I will say this for anyone watching the movie, it's all about expectations. I had super low expectations going into it. I just thought it was going to be lame. I wasn't really dying for another Scream movie.
Yeah, I'm a little like the franchise to me's gotten a little stale, but to be honest, now that those other two girls are out, I like it better. I did not like their acting.
No, from the last two movies.
Yeah, I just didn't like them as characters.
I didn't either. I had a blast with this one. I thought the kills were great. There were some shocking good kills.
This movie has the best kills of the franchise. I mean, tell me I'm wrong.
No, there's a bar kill that was just awesome. Never expected that in my life.
They went pretty gruesome. There was a lot of them too.
Yeah, there's some good jump scares. I thought the twists were actually really good.
The twists were good. The ending, maybe not. But we can't really touch too much on that. I'll tell you what I didn't like though. I'm not a fan of Sydney's daughter.
Well, okay, so she plays the angry teen, right?
Yes, we have a very angsty teen, and it's one of those situations where Sydney kind of can't win. She's always going to be kind of throwing fits and stuff, but to be honest, it made me just dislike the character.
Yeah, but there's a lot of, I think, just bad writing, maybe. I didn't think the story was particularly good, because the story kind of hinges around this relationship with Sydney and her daughter, and they're just not getting along. And a lot of it seems like these people have never talked before.
Okay, so here's the problem, and this isn't giving anything away. It's as if her daughter's name's Tatum. It's as if Tatum has no clue what has happened to her mother at all in her life, even though it is highly, highly publicized.
Yeah, it's almost like Tatum is her stepchild.
Well, yeah, it is stepchild-ish, but it's like she doesn't know what she went through or anything.
I don't know. It's weird.
It doesn't really make sense. And we'll go in the breakdown a little deeper on that.
So that's a negative. And I'm going to piggyback, just real lightly touch. The ending probably was my least favorite twist ending ever. I didn't like it.
Yeah. Well, we'll just leave it at that. And I'll somewhat agree with you there. It's kind of slopped together a little bit.
I will say, though, this hit nostalgia for me. One, I feel like the vibe of the movie was great. It was a fun it was fun. It wasn't too serious. It just had that cool, similar vibe to the first one.
Yeah, it's definitely a good time. The only a couple things that I would have liked, there was mentions of a house party that never happened in this movie.
Oh, that killed me because I was waiting for them to go to the house party.
Yeah, didn't happen.
And I mean, we've done it so many times. I guess it was a misdirect.
Yeah, but there's also legacy characters they brought back. I could honestly do without them. Some of them. And we'll get in the breakdown. I don't want to give all of it away, but overall though, it was a fun, entertaining watch.
Yeah. So should you watch it? It all depends on what you want. If you want a great, groundbreaking, scary movie, this probably isn't for you. But if you just want to go have a great time, see some cool kills, get some great jump scares, hit some Scream nostalgia, this is for you.
Dude, honestly, the best time to watch it is probably in theater, like where it's kind of packed. If you get a good crowd in there, it could be a good time.
Hey, I'm like an introvert a little bit. I don't like being around crowds at all. Watching this movie in a crowd was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a packed theater. Everyone was going nuts for it. It was a good time.
And we were just laughing in the back.
Yeah, so to me, this surpassed my expectations. I thought it was really good.
All right, well, why don't we get into the breakdown? Hey guys, spoilers are coming now.
Get ready.
So the movie begins where it all began, and that is at Stu Macher's house, which has been turned into an Airbnb. So they're hitting the nostalgia right out the gates. We're going back to the iconic house.
And they have this house set up in a really cool way where it's got memorabilia all over the place. You have like outlines where people have been killed. You have on the walls like stab posters and little like one of those little cards that tells what happened in the room type thing.
Yeah, it's like a museum for the Stab franchise.
Yeah, and I guess people just stay there, which would be pretty awesome if they had that set up somewhere. I'd go.
I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, they even have like the outlines of where the people died. Now,
that's what I said.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it's all right.
No. It's the people that died, I think, though, it's like for the movies, not for the actual event, which is weird because they both took place there, right? Well, this is actually Stu Macher's house.
So the real situation of Scream, the first movie, did happen in this movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is a murder house.
This is what's confusing is now within the Scream franchise, you have another franchise called Stab, which I don't remember what those movies are.
Did they film Stab in Stu's house?
No, I think Stu's house really happened. I think that's what we're seeing. I don't know, Dan.
But I'm just wondering where they filmed Stab.
And I don't have an answer for you. I don't remember.
All right, so we have two characters right out the gate. We have superfan Scott, and he's brought his girlfriend Madison for an overnight stay at this Airbnb. Now, Madison kind of finds this whole thing cheesy. Like, she's not really into it, but she kind of is a horror fan. Like, she knows horror trivia. We'll get to it. Scott, meanwhile, is laying on the ground taking pictures in the outlines. Like, he is all in.
Yeah, this guy's a huge fan. Very high energy, kind of annoying, but he's fun, just having a great time. I don't know why he brought his girlfriend here.
Well, would you want to stay there by yourself?
Yeah, but she seems to hate everything about it. It's like these two didn't talk before they came there, but it creates a fun environment. She's annoyed. He's super goofy, loving every minute of it.
Yeah, she did it for him.
All right.
Now, the coolest attraction that they have is in the living room, and that is a 2-scale model of Leatherface. Or I should say animatronic.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did they bring Texas Chainsaw into this movie?
What's that mean?
You said Leatherface.
Oh, did I say Leatherface?
It's a Ghostface.
Oh, okay. Now, the coolest attraction in this house is a 2-scale, I would call it an animatronic of Ghostface, because this thing actually has a motion sensor. When you walk in front of it, his head follows you, and he has little lines that he says.
A, this looks really cool. This would be awesome to have. B, we all know where this is going, which makes it even better. It makes it so much fun because in the theater, when you saw this, everyone's like, oh no.
Yeah. So they explore the house, look around, see what the whole place has to offer.
And by the way, just them looking through the house, if you've watched the movies, it hits that nostalgia point. You're like, this is just awesome to be here. Plus, I love that they start out in this environment.
Well, and Scott's kind of like our tour guide because he kind of gives you the details of what happened at each spot.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, I remember that too. It's just fun.
Right. He makes it clear, though, he's always been a Stu head.
Which I like as well because, hey, if you watch the first one, there's people that are Billy fans and Stu fans. We're Stu fans.
Yeah, we're definitely Stu guys.
Yeah.
And Madison's like, well, right here where we're standing, they were back in the living room. This is where Sidney dropped the TV on his head, squishing out his brains. And then Scott's like, hold on. But did she really kill him?
It's so funny because everyone that went to this movie went into it expecting Stu to be here or at least get the question answered. Did Stu die? Because that's still left up in the air, right?
Yeah, that's the whole thing. And that's always been the fan, conundrum, whatever, is that like, is Stu actually dead?
Yeah. And I'm going to be honest. I don't know if you're going to allow me to say whether we know that answer or not.
Nope, we'll tell you at the end.
All right.
So Scott does some fun little games like pretending to stab Madison in the back.
We all know women love that.
Yes, love to be like terrified, especially when it looks like very real.
And when they're not into it. I mean, that was hilarious when he did that. You're like, oh my God, she's already annoyed and he pretends to stab her.
It's crazy. Well, the phone ends up ringing and it's the house phone. Now, this actually, I'm going to be honest. This could be Ghostface, or it might not be.
So the phone calls, we should say, it's Ghostface on the other side, but it did seem like an automated-ish thing.
Yeah, so this is the Airbnb. It's like the house experience, and they're going to play the little horror game.
But it did react to what Scott said, so you're like, well, is this an AI thing, or is this really Ghostface? And
well, no, I mean, I didn't think this was AI. Like...
You thought it was a person?
No, this is a person for sure.
Okay. All right. Well,
yeah. Like they like called Madison's name out and stuff.
Well, the question still is, we are not sure if that was Ghostface or not.
To be honest, AI could totally do this too at this point.
Yeah.
It took it as the owner of the house, but then I was like, well, who does own the house?
Well, I have no idea, Dan.
Yeah, either do I. So let's go over the questions and see if you guys can get them right. Who was the first person to die in Nightmare on Elm Street?
Okay, I got to say this up front. We have watched every single one of these. I don't know a single name. I don't know a name.
Dude, we watch so many movies that it's so hard to remember names and like exactly what happened. When you watch the entire Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, I don't remember anymore.
I don't either. I know one name, and that's Frederick Krueger. That's it. Yeah, I know. They were doing these little quizzes, and I'm like, oh, we should know some of these. I didn't know any of them.
Yeah, so the first person to die in Nightmare on Elm Street, that's Tina Gray.
Cool.
In The People Under the Stairs.
Well, I think that's when the one who went up on the ceiling, right? I think.
Yeah, I believe so, dude. I think so. I don't want to even try to think
I'm sorry for putting you on the spot.
Yeah. In The People Under the Stairs, what was the name of Mommy and Daddy's daughter?
We did by the way, we did a review on this. Become a member. You can watch it.
True. Yeah.
Don't remember her name.
It was Alice.
There you go.
Okay, now this one we do kind of know, and it's debatable. So in Friday the 13th, how old was Jason when he drowned? Now, of course, no one really knows this answer except for Scott, because Scott can like go through the history and he figures out it's 11 years old. Except he's wrong. And Madison corrects him, explaining Jason never drowned. But then I was like, and that was supposed to be the right answer. Jason did drown, right?
We've watched every single one of these, and I thought he drowned. And maybe there's a version where he didn't. Remember the latest one where he's like an outdoorsman?
Okay. All right. So I guess it goes off which movie. Yeah, because there's one, I guess, version where he doesn't.
Yeah, I said latest. I think it's latest. I've forgotten.
Yeah, it's confusing.
The one where he's outdoorsman, I don't think he did drown, but in the original, yeah, right?
Yeah, he's dead, but he comes back like a zombie.
It's unclear what he is.
Yeah, that's actually a hard question.
All right, let's move on to the next question. So that's it.
So Scott goes around the house, does something else. Madison gets a personal phone call from Ghostface.
Well, we got to say that call ended. They were done. They hung up. Then the real Ghostface calls her.
Right. So she gets a private call.
Well, Scott actually was in the bathroom. So then that's what I love about this movie. Immediately you're like, okay, he's got to be Ghostface, right?
I mean, this movie makes you think everyone's Ghostface at some point.
There's so many suspects, which I enjoy trying to figure out. Hey, by the way, this is the first one I figured out one of them.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
Why won't you give me credit? I turned to him
everyone
and I said
guesses one of them.
Not everyone guesses one. I looked at you and I said, when this person came on.
Dude, honestly, in these movies, I don't even give you credit for guessing them because they like intentionally misdirect or make it obvious.
Which is why I should get more credit because it's hard to figure out.
It's like a guess. You guessed right.
It wasn't a guess because I thought, why was this person in this scene? And I could see what they were crafting, and I was in there with them in the room.
They could have easily flipped it around and be the other person. I won't get into it,
but did they? No, they couldn't have. That's why the whole misdirect worked. You
want to talk about the pizza sauce? You guessed pizza sauce.
We'll talk about it when we get there.
It wasn't pizza sauce.
I made one mistake because you're over here influencing me during it.
So she's on the phone with the Ghostface. He starts dropping the classics like, I'm going to slice you open and rip your guts out. Going real hard in the yard. You know what I'm saying?
I've never heard that expression. It's good.
No, when you're in the pin, in the joint, or the clink.
Yeah, isn't it hard in the paint normally?
Hard in the paint, yeah, that's a basketball one.
Yeah.
Hard in the yard, prison. Sure.
All right.
I don't know, it could probably mean a few things. The phone call ends. She kind of thinks it's Scott. She thinks it's another one of his pranks. She gets off the phone and kind of heads back into the animatronic room. And Ghostface now, he sounded different.
It was different enough for the theater gasped. And we all knew something's up now. This is not the old animatronic.
Yeah, it seemed like he was just saying some things that you're like, wait, hold on. Just the voice and stuff. It seemed a little too real.
Well, and his movement didn't seem as clunky as it was before.
Yeah, initially, yeah. So Madison walks over to it and starts checking it out. But behind her, we see Ghostface emerge from the darkness.
Yeah, that was creepy.
Madison turns around, punches him in the face, but guess what?
It was just Scott. Fake out.
So Scott gets socked in the face, which he does deserve, apologizes.
He's got to be the most annoying boyfriend in the world. She hates all this stuff and he will not stop scaring her.
And these are some pretty big scares.
Yeah, pretending to stab her, that's a bad move. Then dressing up like Ghostface when she's already annoyed with you, bad move.
Yeah, it's going to be a rough night for him.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it is.
So Scott's apologizing to her when he notices that animatronic moved, but it moved differently.
Yeah.
A way that it hasn't moved before.
Yeah, so he's up there kind of testing the sensors again with his hand, right? Like, hold on, because last time it would follow his hand and he's checking it.
And as he checks it, Ghostface comes to life, stabs Scott straight in the chest.
And that ain't no fake stab. He dead.
No, but he's not done yet, though.
Oh, he's not?
You jumped ahead.
Oh, sorry. He's going to be dead.
He's still standing at this point, and that's where Ghostface takes that knife and shoves it through his head.
Oh, is this where he went from the side, right?
From the side into this, straight into the side, and then just puts him down.
Yeah, that one, to my memory, he lined it up and just boom, right through.
Yeah, pretty gruesome. That's where you realize oh, this is different.
We're going to do it. We're going all the way.
Yes, and that's just a taste, guys. It only gets better. Now the chase is on with him and Madison. She ends up hitting him with a leg from the animatronic, grabs a light, hits him with that. They end up on the second floor. Madison ends up knocking Ghostface off the balcony onto the ground. The only problem is Madison falls off too, but she's able to grab the chandelier, but her little tiptoes, they're hanging on the railing of the second floor.
Yeah, so she's trying to get back to stable land while hanging, and then Ghostface is just laying down, and Ghostface looks like they're knocked out on the ground.
Yeah, and so it looks like she's just gonna fall on him. So she's trying to hang on, but that grip is going. This is like cliffhanger, you know what I mean? The fingers are starting to slip.
Yeah.
She finally lets go, falls through the air, and as she's falling, Ghostface flips over, puts that knife straight up, and lets her fall right onto it.
Man, what a brutal stab. I'm not gonna say kill because I think she's still alive at this point.
Dude, the thing about it is Ghostface is gonna take a hit there. Like, that's going to hurt him a bit, but...
Well, if you flex your abs really tight and hold it close, then I think you could get away with it.
Yeah, but you might catch a fierce headbutt.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? So
hey, but I got to say, for style points, that's a 10. That's a 10 out of 10.
Because I don't even know. He killed her, but he really just didn't move. Well, Ghostface, like, has her incapacitated. Like, she's on the ground. She is still alive. And what does he do? Well, he just lights the whole place on fire, including her, and walks out.
Yeah, so she is officially dead, burned alive, which I think might be new for Ghostface. I don't remember a burn to death kill.
Yeah, the stab was only to, like, incapacitate. The burning's what got her there.
Put gasoline all over her and just lit her up like a torch. Cool.
Gone.
Hey, great start to a movie. Loved it. Great
It was
vibes.
good.
It was fun. Good kills. Let's go.
Yeah, they really knocked it out with the vibe. I mean, going to like a museum for the movie was pretty awesome.
I'm telling you, I went into the movie not even honestly really caring to watch a Scream movie. And after this, I'm like, I'm back in.
I know.
I'm ready for Scream 8, 9, 10.
Cut to Pine Grove, where Sydney has started her new life. And by the way, it's Sydney Prescott Evans.
Okay, she got married, took his name.
Well, it looks like there's a hyphen maybe. I don't know if they call her, do they call her Sydney Evans?
Who cares? We call her Sydney.
Whatever.
We don't need to go into that.
That's true. Now, we don't start off with Sydney. We actually start with Tatum, who's up in her room, looking very similar to how Sydney used to be up in her room.
Yeah, we're going to do a little reenactment of the original.
Right. Which I don't know if I loved, to be honest. I was like, I've already seen this. Like, do we need to do it?
I mean, I guess we're just saying, like, we're just repeating now because she has a daughter and she's going through the same thing Sydney's went through.
I'm going to be honest. You're going to hear a lot of negativity on scenes with Tatum here. I just don't enjoy Tatum in this movie.
I went from really not liking her to just kind of like, okay, she's all right. And that's where I landed. Well, I just don't like the angsty teenager. It just didn't hit. She wasn't likable.
Yeah, they made her very unlikable, and it doesn't make sense, and I'll explain. So, like, right here, her boyfriend, Ben, is climbing through the window just like Billy did. He's, like, reenacting it, right?
Yeah, they're playing a little game, a little foreplay, one might say.
Yeah, but it's almost as if Tatum doesn't even know this happened, really.
I'm not sure what she knows. I think she does know, but the big problem is that her mom won't talk to her about it. But then it's like, has she really asked her mom? I don't know.
Well, it's not even, we'll get to it. Anyways, he climbs up the room. They do the reenactment thing. They even start making out and fall onto the bed. And by the way, did you notice in Scream, they like to make out and then they fall together onto the bed always.
No.
It's like a double fall.
Yeah, I mean, maybe
like a passion make out that ends up like you flop to the bed.
Well, if you're trying to get to the next level, Dan, that's usually how it goes.
No, it's just
you've forgotten, my friend.
We started in the bed now. Nobody's trying to flop around.
There's no foreplay. Just let's get this thing done.
Well, Sydney hears some commotion, comes into the room. Those two, like, obviously Ben hides. And with this whole situation, Sydney is actually really cool about it. Like, she's not, I mean, this kid snuck into your child's room. I know it's the boyfriend, but that's a weird move. It's like disrespectful to do that.
100%. I'm glad you brought that up. I thought the same thing because the boyfriend seems kind of nice, but he honestly, even throughout the whole movie, he's a little edgy. You can't totally trust him. Plus his jawline, this guy looks like a model.
Yeah, it's sometimes I know that's a thing now, the kids in the jawlines. You know what? I'm not into it.
Well, it's not for you.
It's not for me.
You're right. It's like he looks too pretty. I just didn't trust him. But yes, Sydney went through several traumatic situations to then reenact that with her daughter and with Sydney in the house is disrespectful.
Yeah, on multiple levels.
Yeah,
like just being your kid and you're like disrespecting, like you're not going to tell the parents, you're sneaking in.
Yes, that's
one. Also, Sydney was almost murdered by a guy who did the same thing. Probably a bigger issue.
Well, and that guy killed her friends. In fact, killed the friend that her daughter is named after. So that's bad.
Yeah. So she just walks him out of the house, and it's not even like, again, she's not even a dick about it.
She's cool. Sydney's good vibes, good people.
But Tatum is now pissed off at Sydney, and this is why I don't like Tatum. because she like looks at Sydney and she's like, "You're a hypocrite." It's like, yeah, okay, this did happen to Sydney. A guy did sneak into her room, but he tried to murder her.
Yes, and there's also very few parents in general who are going to be cool with a boy sneaking into their daughter's room in the middle of I should say middle of the night, late night, anytime. What parents are normally cool with that?
Hey, by the way, her dad in this movie is the chief of police.
Well, and Joel McHale, by the way, which is cool.
It's okay.
You don't like Joel?
He's all right.
I liked him. I thought it was fun.
To be honest, he's kind of like a wet noodle of a father in this movie.
Well, yeah, that's what he almost came off like a step parent as well. They both do.
Yeah, he's got no back. He just basically agrees with everything Tatum says.
Well, because I don't know if you're going to talk about it. We don't need to, but they're talking about like, oh, are they hooking up yet? He's talking about his daughter and her boyfriend. And I'm like, who talks about their kids like that? Oh, it's like, is your daughter hooking up with her boyfriend?
Yeah, it's basically after this scene, we'll just say now that Sydney and Mark go and talk. That's Joel McHale. And he's like basically asking, like, do you think they're like hooking up now? But in a way that like a father really wouldn't say. Like, it's weird.
Well, because it's not like concern. It's just like, oh man, are these kids going at it yet? It's just weird.
It's like, yeah, it's like you're watching a show or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
It's kind of gross.
Yeah, it's not how we would act in that situation.
No. Anyways, Sydney tries to like clean this whole thing up with Tatum, like, squash the beef, right? She goes up to her room and then they start having a sex talk, which I didn't ask for or want. By the way, wait, hold on. Tatum, does she not look like Jennifer Lawrence? Is that just me?
I don't think she looks like Jennifer Lawrence at all.
The Hunger Games girl?
No.
I thought it was her.
Wow, I didn't see that at all. Jennifer Lawrence is older now, by the way.
Well, I know. I'm talking about younger Jennifer Lawrence.
Well, you said you thought it was her. Did you think she didn't age?
I don't know. You know these actors and actresses now, they're drinking baby blood and all that stuff.
Oh, God, let's not go down that route. Anyways, yeah, no, I didn't see that at all. I don't know who she looked like.
Well, anyways, they're talking about sex, which it just was weird. It just didn't seem like they have that relationship even.
Well, I like to keep the movies light. This is just kind of weird, and I don't really want to see the family dynamic. That's one of the things that disinterested me in this movie is I don't really care about Sydney's family.
No, not at all.
Yeah,
and zero.
I like this movie. The least favorite parts about it were the family stuff.
And to be honest, even a lot of Sydney and the trauma stuff, I'm just like, I just don't care.
Yeah, I get it, but it's made for a great movie, so let's move on.
Now, the most shocking part in this conversation is that Tatum apparently has no idea if the movies were actually depicted from her mom's life.
Well, and I would agree because I don't remember what the movies were about.
We never watched Stab because it's not real. That's
well,
why.
I just don't remember the lore of it, but yes, you're right. How old is this girl? 18, 17?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think she's in high school still, I think, right? Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, she should know this. Like, if you have kids, our kids are younger. Well, your kids are older, but they ask a lot of questions. This would have been already like figured out by now.
You're going down a path that don't really matter because her life is in the movies. Everyone knows about it. Her friends know about it. And like even Sydney later on in this movie, she's like kind of responds to her about like her past. She's like, well, it's in the movies, it's in books. You can deep dive it whenever you want.
But I think her daughter's problem was like, is that real though?
I get, but yeah, it is. There's books. I mean,
but it's like you have a brain. You can figure it out. You're not an idiot.
Yeah,
of course it's real.
It just seems like she knows nothing about her mom's past when it's like the most highly publicized like thing in this universe.
Yes. Okay. Well, the main problem though is that Sydney doesn't really communicate with Tatum. At least from Tatum's perspective, Sydney won't talk about this stuff, and that kind of creates a problem.
Yeah, there's just this angst and this like resentment going on. It's lame.
I did find it odd that Tatum was so angry about this whole thing. It just seemed like she had this anger coming out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Tatum in this movie, it was not good.
You just had to have a problem and we're going to solve it by the end.
Yeah, well, yes, exactly. The next morning, they all start their day. We see Sydney also has 2 other kids. Thank God they're not in this movie.
When I saw it, I loved it because they had them on FaceTime. They were staying with their grandmother. And I'm like, absolutely keep the freaking kids out of here, especially little kids. We don't want to see that. We saw Terrifier. That wasn't fun. That was horrible.
Exactly. In fact, let's send Tatum over there.
Yeah, I don't need kids at all. We can move them out till they're, I don't know, in their 20s.
You know what? Let's get rid of Joel McHale.
Oh,
Let's just keep Sydney solo.
I didn't mind him in this.
Joel could be okay, but I would have liked a little more sassy Mikhail. You know, a little more like backbone to him.
Yeah, he wasn't really even that funny. He was kind of just a zero character.
And
But it was
it's
all right.
stupid to me. Sometimes they have cops that like can do nothing. He's the one that like should be able to fight back a little. He fights, but it's just, he really does nothing.
Yeah, we'll get there.
All right. This next scene I thought was just weird. And guess what? It involves Tatum again. She comes down and she's wearing Sydney's leather jacket that she found in the attic. Now, I have a few problems with this. One, I don't know any kids that really like to wear their parents' clothes.
That's
Other than my
true.
daughter who's young who will wear my shirts because they're big.
Okay, well, that's like but she does that as like nighttime attire?
Yes, exactly. Not like wearing it out.
Yeah, and I just thought it was odd that they're having these issues, and especially Tatum knows Sydney doesn't want to talk about her past, and then she's just going to go through her clothes and take her jacket out of
She
nowhere.
went in the attic and found it and decided to wear it, which is, it's bizarre.
Yeah, I thought it was weird as well.
And then it's odd because, okay, Sydney gets a little upset about it. Not even, again, it's not even that upset. And she's just kind of like, Tatum, what are you doing? Well, Tatum just has this stupid look on her face and gets pissed off, takes it off, only to end up wearing it anyways because Sydney goes up there and apologizes.
Yeah, it was a whole section of the movie that didn't need to be there.
Yeah, probably didn't even need to talk about it, but it
No.
annoyed me, so I did.
All right.
Okay, something I haven't mentioned yet. Tatum's a part of a big school play. We're going to get there. There's a rehearsal. She plays a dog.
I thought it was funny that she played the dog. That was cool.
That was actually kind of funny. That's her part.
You thought she was going to be the lead, but no, she's just a big dog.
A dog, a big furry.
And she's not good at it because she doesn't have the moxie like her mom.
We'll get there. Don't jump the lines.
All right.
Sydney goes to work at her coffee shop, the Little Latte.
Cute name.
It's a cute name. We got to give her that one. Here we meet Lucas. Now, Lucas is a Ghostface super fan, crime junkie, also her neighbor.
Immediately suspect.
Oh,
Except
yeah.
for if you're well versed in Scream, you know, clear misdirect.
So stupid.
That's honestly what I like about these movies so much is while the movie's going on, I'm just constantly just trying to figure out who is the killer, who's a misdirect, who's a red herring. You just got to figure this all out on the fly. And at some point, I usually give up, except for this one.
Yeah, lots of reevaluating. But okay, also Lucas here, he's going to rehearsals as well because he like does like, I don't know, does the lights or something.
Oh, does he?
Yeah,
I didn't even remember that. But he's a young kid too, as well. So
right.
high schooler, senior, I don't know.
He starts asking Sydney, I don't know, something about crime or Ghostface, basically digging into her past a little when his mom, Jessica, shows up and she's like, hold on. And she even like gives him like a whack on the arm, maybe too hard.
Yeah, I don't know.
And apologizes to Sydney, like, hey, I'm sorry. He's just like a super fan of this stuff. Like, he shouldn't be doing that.
Well, he's trying to start a podcast, wants to do like some crime podcast, wants to interview Sydney. But the main thing to know is he is really into the lore, right?
Yeah.
So just take that for what it is.
Yes. So he ends up leaving. Sydney gives a coffee to Carl. And honestly, I thought this was Stu.
Oh, yeah, you did say, is that Stu? And I'm like, I don't think so. Because he looks weathered.
He looks Stewish. I think they made him try to look Stewish.
Maybe.
But it says the only reason like I really bring it up is because there's a coffee cup that says Carl. It just is very obvious we're supposed to pay attention.
Yeah, it's just this guy looks suspicious coming out of nowhere. Note that down.
Yeah. Sydney and Jessica, that's Lucas's mom we just met. They sit down for a little coffee chat and Sydney asks her if she ever talks to Lucas about before she had him, which is a weird way to say like her past.
Yeah.
And Jessica's like, no, I have nothing to say about that. His abusive, like, asshole father. How about our marriage effed up my life? Like, blah, blah, blah. So she doesn't talk about her past, and neither does Sydney. That's what we got.
Yep, that's just something for you to note down. Interesting.
Yeah, effed up marriage.
Son's obsessed with Scream stuff, or Stab. Think about it.
Father not in the picture. Not sure what happened there.
Where is he? I don't know.
We don't know. Let's go over, it's not the audition. What's it called?
Practice?
What's play practice called? Rehearsal.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go over to the rehearsal. Tatum immediately falls down the stairs in her dog outfit. Like, can't take the stairs.
Yeah, she can't see. She's wearing like a giant dog costume, like she's in an amusement park or something.
So all her friends are kind of like part of this play. Chloe's one of them. She has the two poof balls. I don't know what it's called, but she's got the little puff puffballs.
Okay.
Hair. She's the set designer. Hannah is like the blonde girl that plays like a fairy that flies around on a wire.
Now, we're not play people. We never acted or anything. Is this normal for a high school? This seemed like a very serious play.
I don't know if high schools have the wire. They probably do. I mean, was it that serious? There's someone in a dog costume.
I don't know. It just seemed like a cool, like big stage, but I don't know. Maybe they do though. I know my wife goes to plays. Yeah, whatever.
No, tell us more about that.
No, I gave up. I started talking. I'm like, this isn't interesting at all. She's not a play person. Her sister's in it.
Okay, her sister
goes
stop.
to school
Please
where
stop.
they have.
Nobody cares.
Well, I wanted to make it sure.
No, nobody cares.
She's not like a huge, like artsy play person. I just want to make that clear.
Well, it would be fine if she was.
But
she's
not.
Something against
I don't want to paint her in a way that she is not.
Plays. Phantom of the Opera, excellent.
Yes, that is a great play. When's the last time you went to one?
A long time, but I would like to go to one.
Yeah, I have nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with plays.
You sure sound like you had something wrong.
It's just, I'm not like an artsy person who goes to plays.
It seems like you have something against artsy people. What's that mean? What does that make you feel?
I'm not saying a word.
All right. So this director of this rehearsal is taking it very serious. He immediately barrages Tatum for her acting skills as a dog.
Yeah, and this is a guy. What was he in? He was in that.
Was he in Veep? No.
Veep. That's Veep. Yeah, he was like the assistant or something.
Was that him?
Yeah.
He's really funny. I like him.
He's good. Even in this, he played a more serious role, but it still was kind of funny.
Yeah, because he's just a total dick.
Yeah, and he's out of control. Seems to have no soul.
Well, he delivers Tatum's entire character arc here because he's like, Tatum, you're just way too timid. You are Sidney Prescott's daughter, and you need to channel your mother's fire.
Yeah, and
that's her whole arc.
And that is this movie. Yeah, that's the whole story of Sidney. Tatum is her name.
Her name's Tatum, yeah.
Yeah.
Guess what? I don't care about that at all. I don't care if she ever channels the fire.
You have to
In fact, I would like to see her burning in the fires of hell. I'm kidding. I don't mean that. I don't mean that.
You have to have likable characters. And to me, her character just wasn't that. I did not care about her. Hey, honestly, if she got taken out in this one, which we'll find out if she does, I can't tell you my opinion because then that gives it away.
All right. Well, back with Sydney at the coffee shop. She's stocking some shelves when she gets a phone call from Ghostface. Now, on the caller ID, it does say it's coming from Woodsboro.
Okay, yeah. And again, she doesn't live there anymore.
Right. That's where Stu's house is. That's the old stomping grounds. The interesting thing, though, is he says now he's in Pine Grove for her.
My God.
But this time it's going to be a little different because he's not hiding anymore. And then he hits FaceTime.
Which was pretty cool because you're like, oh, wow, this is different than what we've seen before.
You know what? I do like that in the movie that now, at this time, we all know the noise of a FaceTime call. So when he did it, you heard the noise and you're like, FaceTime.
Yeah. I feel like the theater gasped no.
No, he's doing it. Because it is weird because, you're going face to face.
Because, hey, we all know Ghostfaces normally don't like to be seen at all.
No, but you're not even going to see Ghostface. Who are you going to see?
It's freaking Stu Macher.
Stu's back.
Which, it gives me chills. I loved seeing him in the movie.
He's just such a fun character.
I just love that they brought him back.
Well, while they're talking, I do love his line, though, because he's talking about Tatum that Sydney named her daughter after her dead friend. And he's like, it's a little weird. The way he says it, though, and delivers it, it's good.
Matthew Lillard, I've always enjoyed his acting. Yeah, and he does a great job, especially with Stu. And even though he's an older version now, it still plays similar. He's still got that fun attitude. And also when you're watching this, though, I think everyone knew this may not really be Stu. You don't know if it's AI or if it's not.
Yeah, you may not have even thought about that, but nowadays we have AI, so it can be easily I don't know, people can pretend to be whoever they want.
Didn't you immediately think oh, that probably isn't real? My first thought is oh, it's probably AI.
Honestly, at first I was just oh, they brought Stu in. I was more how... I don't think I like this if this is Stu.
Yeah.
I didn't like that they just revealed him. And I wasn't even thinking about AI, honestly, at first.
We'll see. And they play a lot with this, whether it is him or isn't. They kind of flip it back and forth. So we'll go.
Well, he just so happens to be outside of her daughter's theater that she's practicing at. And then he looks at the camera and goes, "It's showtime, bitch."
Ooh.
It's on.
I just love the energy Stu's bringing.
Well, now in the theater, Hannah and Aaron are the only ones. Aaron, you may be like, who is that? It's a guy who's about to be dead. He is the one who operates the harness and the cable that Hannah is floating on as the ferry.
Right.
So they're trying to practice and like smooth out the whole lifting process.
And we gotta say, everyone is pretty much gone. I think that Tatum's in the dressing room with her boyfriend or something, but there's no one else in the theater.
Yeah, we have like a mass split. People have all split up. Most people are in the back.
Yeah.
Hannah then gets lifted like 5 feet off the ground, and all of a sudden, Aaron's just gone. Like she's yelling for him, but he's not responding. And then you hear the gurgle.
And immediately you know, Ghostface is here.
It's the death gurgle. You don't come back from that. Now, Hannah's like freaking out a little, and then she freaks out more because the spotlight turns on directly her. Like she's got a light of God sent to her.
And she's just stuck up in the air. It's not a good situation to be in.
No, and it gets worse because then she gets like raised to the top, dropped to the bottom, thrown side to side all over. Well, then they get in a pattern actually. It just starts going side to side. And that's where Ghostface walks out onto the set. Like there's a door, like it actually is kind of funny because it's like the door on the second floor in the set, and he like walks out of that and comes down the staircase, you know?
Yeah, like he's in the play.
Yeah.
And she's stuck at this point, right?
At this point, she's going back and forth.
Okay, still?
Yeah, so she's flying back and forth.
Oh, that's
and
right.
he goes underneath her, and he just starts slashing her. Each time she comes by, a little slash, and blood just starts dropping.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, like, why are you doing this to her? Like, why didn't you just bring her down and kill her? Why are you doing this flying thing?
Well, he had a performance.
Well, because the slashing thing, I'm like, okay, I get that, but there's a reason.
Yes. On her last flight towards him, Ghostface takes his knife, raises it straight up in the air, and holds it still as her body flies right over it, cutting her entire stomach open, dropping her intestines to the floor where they plop.
And my first reaction was, oh my God.
I think we looked at each other and we're like, oh man.
I just couldn't believe they went with such a bloody, disgusting kill right off the rip.
I mean, that was like Terrifier-esque. Like the intestines fell out of her.
Yeah, just a crazy situation to set up. Ridiculous, to be honest, but it was awesome.
Yeah, it was a good kill.
It was fun.
It was a good kill. Cindy ends up showing up, shoots at him. Ghostface disappears. They find Aaron's body. He's dead, obviously, and Tatum's totally fine.
So what we know now is Ghostface is officially back. We're going to start that panic, right?
Right. The hysteria is starting. The cops come, they clear the scene, and they question the kids. I hated the way they questioned the kids because they had them all sitting together in the theater. All their stories are all mixed up and stuff, and they're just getting like even more mixed up as one person says their story.
Yeah, I feel like when you question people, don't you usually like take them apart from each other?
You gotta single them all out and get the story.
Here's where you don't understand what you're watching. This is Scream. You always have to get the suspects together. We have to see them.
That is true.
That's what that was for.
And also the cops really aren't, I mean, they're there, but they're not. You know what I mean?
They're conveniently gone a lot of time.
Yeah, you just get to see the cops. They don't actually do anything.
Yeah.
Mark and Sydney now talk about Stu, and they're kind of thinking about that video. And this is where the first thought of like, hey, that could have been like a deep fake. And this is all just AI going on.
Yeah, which is valid. That's my first thought too, because in their minds, Stu has been killed. And that's what everyone understands in the world of Scream right now.
Right,
Yeah.
right. The interesting part though is that Ben, who is Tatum's boyfriend, very big in the computer science realm.
Oh, suspect number one on the list. Unless you watch his
interesting.
movies, then you're like, this is clearly a fake out. There's no way. They've made him such a suspect from the beginning. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, there's no way he is.
Yeah. Well, Sydney ends up grabbing Tatum, but she's like, Ben, I'm not taking you. You stay here. And which I would think is reasonable because these are kids. His parents probably should come and pick him up.
Yeah, and it's Sydney's been through this enough to know that, hey, you can't trust anyone.
Yeah. Well, Tatum says differently.
She's so annoying.
Because Tatum isn't happy about this, right? That's her boyfriend. She wants him with her. She looks at Sydney and says, just because you can't trust people doesn't mean people can't be trusted.
Which is valid, except for in this situation. We don't need to keep going into it. I think it's perfectly reasonable to say, hey, you go with your family. I'm going to go with mine.
Again, it's like Tatum doesn't understand this world.
Well, we don't know how close they are either, though. We know they've almost hooked up because apparently everyone knows that, but we don't know how long they've been together, really.
She should at least know her mother has been almost murdered. I don't know, like well, how many times is the seventh movie? She was in how many?
Yeah,
6 times, whatever.
And the original killer was her mom's boyfriend. So, her boyfriend also probably can't be trusted now.
Sydney ends up going home with the family. They have the cops come over. They sweep the house, make sure there's no hiding ghost faces, and they pretty much disappear for the rest of the movie. I'm talking about the cops.
I immediately knew, by the way, I'm just going to give it away, Ghostface is in the house. The cops did not do a good job, and they clearly left out a spot where I think any good cop would check.
Yeah, there's one spot you should always look, and that's the attic.
That's like the one place if I was a killer and I was going to hide, that's probably where I'd go.
Yeah.
It's dark. No one goes there.
Well, as soon as the cops leave, Sydney and Tatum, they start packing. Their whole plan is just to leave town, get away from here. Again, the only problem is attic hasn't been cleared, which is exactly where Ghostface is, because as soon as they go in their rooms, he drops out of the attic.
Which was cool. Theater loved it. It was like, oh my God.
Yeah, because he dropped down and then he kind of slipped into a room.
Yeah, so now you have Sydney and her husband in one room and Tatum in a separate one. So they're separated and Ghostface is kind of in the middle somewhere.
And I call Ghostface him.
Okay.
Because it's a man voice when he talks. I have to.
That's okay.
All right. As they're packing, Tatum throws another fit about Sydney not telling her about her past, kind of almost blaming her friend's death on Sydney because Sydney didn't warn her of everything. I don't know. Who cares, right?
I don't remember it and I still don't care.
Yeah. Sydney and Mark end up going to their room when the lights go out. And that's where Ghostface emerges from the darkness. But not by himself, because he's got a knife. Actually, I'm going to be honest, he didn't emerge from the darkness. He was actually in the room with Tatum. He kind of popped out with Tatum, but he's got a knife to her neck.
Yeah, which is interesting because I'm like, oh, he's already holding her hostage. Okay.
I didn't love the way this plays out because to me, it's just kind of dumb. So Mark, the chief of police, her dad, has a gun and he's got it aimed at Ghostface. This is a pretty easy headshot.
I feel like Ghostface had enough of his head exposed to where I'd feel pretty comfortable making that shot.
Me, I don't even shoot guns very much. I would be like, I'm going to give it a go.
Yeah, why not? What's the worst that could happen?
But no, what does Mark do? He puts his gun on the floor and kicks it over to him. And I'm just like, what? But then they have this secret family plan, I guess. I don't know.
It did seem like they had talked about something that they apparently didn't let the audience know about.
Yeah, because then Mark's he yells something. I think he said drop. Tatum then just is immediately able to break away from Ghostface, which is weird, as the knife should be on her neck, right?
Yeah.
But she gets away. Mark gives him a Leonidas kick to the chest, sending him flying.
Yeah, which was cool that he kicked him and Ghostface fell back. But my whole thing is why didn't you just yell drop when you had the gun?
That'd be great.
Hey, boom, Ghostface dead immediately.
So now we have a family fighting thing. Mark's fighting Ghostface. Then they're working together. Sydney at one point kicks a knife over to Mark. He tries to stab him, but he stabs the wall. Whatever. Mark ends up getting thrown down the stairs, hits his head, gets kind of knocked out on the floor.
Yeah, I did like the family fighting thing. They're working together. I thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah, sure.
You don't like these touchy-feely things, right?
No, I don't.
I mean, I don't either, but I thought that was kind of fun.
Sydney ends up grabbing Tatum, takes her to the panic room. All right. I did actually like the panic room. That makes sense for Sydney.
If I was Sydney, I definitely would have one. So yeah, that actually made sense out of all this.
Now this is so she goes, it's like a vault. It's still everywhere except for one escape route. So in this scenario, what are you going to do? Well, okay, they're safe. The door is locked. There's no way he's getting in here.
Are you asking why they left the room?
Well, I know why they left. Sydney wanted to go because Mark's knocked out on the floor.
So what's your question?
You gonna take the daughter, stupid Tatum, with you?
Well, she's throwing a fit. Again, she didn't want to stay there because Sydney wanted to go check on Mark, which, yeah, it makes sense. It's your husband. Let's hopefully he doesn't get killed. It looked like he was knocked out. Yeah, but Tatum was throwing a fit. So then Sydney's like, all right, fine, Tatum, you can come with me too.
See, but it's dude, you got to have a phone in there. She should have weapon. Come on, she's got to have more guns and stuff, right?
That's my thought. If you have this room, this bunker or whatever, what do we call it?
Safe room?
Safe room. You would have weapons in there just in case.
Something.
Yeah, they didn't. So.
This room means nothing because they immediately leave it together because Tatum throws a fit. And where do they go? Inside the walls.
Hey, now it's back to people under the stairs.
I know. I was like, that's the second people under the stairs reference.
I know.
So they're in the walls, walking through, you know what I mean? And of course, Ghostface somehow kind of catches on to this.
Yeah, he's walking around, he's throwing a fit outside, and then all of a sudden he's like, wait, do I hear something?
Is there someone in these walls? He starts taking his little knife and tapping on the walls. Well, of course, it's Tatum's got to make a noise or something, a little shriek, or I don't know what she did.
Sure.
He figures out they're in there. Now he starts stabbing into the walls, and you get a lot of like wiggling back and forth.
Yeah, it's like, oh my gosh, he's going to hit one of them, that type of thing.
Right. Eventually, Sydney, she has a bat. I don't know. She got a bat at some point. Ends up hitting the knife, bending it into the wall.
Okay. That's not possible, right?
I don't think so.
When you're stuck in a wall, there's not even a lot of room. How are you going to get enough force to bend a freaking knife with a bat?
I mean, it was like a rubber knife. Like it had been like at a 90.
Yeah, so it's like pinned in there or something.
I mean, I just don't think, I guess if it was up against like a stud, but I don't know if that's a lot. It seems like a lot of force to do that.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. What the heck was that?
What was that? Was there an earthquake? That seemed weird, right?
Yeah, that was a weird noise. It's almost like water hitting your window.
Oh, maybe that's what it was. Maybe they were messing around with water.
All right, well, unconfirmed what hit the window, but something happened.
I think it was an earthquake.
Maybe a ghost. I don't know.
Speaking of Ghostface, he gets a fire poker now because his knife is out of service, and he starts jamming that into the wall, but Sydney and Tatum, they're able to get out, so they're fine.
It was a high intensity moment. There was a lot of like, oh, is he going to get him on one of these? I mean, that would be pretty scary to be in that wall. It was just kind of
guess what? Tatum didn't need to be in the wall.
I know.
Anyways, they end up escaping out. It exits out on the lawn somewhere. Who knows? Now, Ghostface, again, he's kind of on that they're like possibly out of the house. He runs out only to be tackled by Mark onto the lawn. They end up fighting each other. Ghostface gets on top of him. He's kind of getting the best of him when Sydney comes out of nowhere, rips a freaking signpost out of the ground.
Well, was this like a mailbox?
It might have been a mailbox. Whatever it was, he ain't ripping it out of the ground.
It looked way too big. And I'm like, why did they give this to her to fight with?
It was stupid. Well, she lays that thing right on his back. This knocks Ghostface, actually, it sends him flying, onto the road. He rolls all the way onto it, stands up, only to be immediately trucked by Gale Weathers.
Okay, well, two things. When he got hit, and it was clear he was going to get killed, I was shocked. I'm like, oh my gosh, because is this the first time we've seen a Ghostface get killed early?
Dude, you ask these questions, I can't run through 6 movies quick in my head.
Understood. I didn't remember it happening. I thought that was really cool. I was like, oh man, this is different. Well, different's good.
I'll tell you one thing, the crowd loved it.
Did I get it?
I thought it was cool. And then you see Gail come out, and yes, is it absolutely ridiculous? Absolutely, it is.
This got a double applause because when Ghostface got hit, crowd goes crazy. Then Gail gets out, and it's a double applause.
No way! So it was fun. It was fun.
Little strange, but sure, it's Scream.
Like I said, with this, you have to suspend disbelief, and we just have to have fun with it. Do not take it seriously at all, or else you will not have a good time.
That is true. That is true. Now, Gil is not alone because she's brought it's his niece and nephew, right?
Yeah, the ones from the last 2 movies.
The twins, Cindy and Cindy? That's not the right name. Chad and Mindy.
Yeah, which I didn't honestly know if I liked them that much in the previous ones, but I do. I think I do like them.
I like Chad. I don't think I loved Mindy in the last one, but she was okay in this one.
She came off a little pretentious in the other ones for me. I didn't really love the vibe, but in this one, I thought she was cool.
Yeah. Now, the whole thing with Mindy, her arc is that she wants to be the next Gale. Not a great arc. You don't really want to be Gale. Gale's kind of a horrible person.
I know. Well, I don't know if she wants to be Gale. She just wants to be on TV, which is understandably.
Anyways, go over what?
I did find it funny that they're like Gale's apprentices now.
It is funny, yeah.
Yeah, a fun way to bring them back.
Now it's time to unmask the killer. They go over and rip the mask off to reveal Carl from the coffee shop.
Yeah, the one Dan mentioned earlier that looked like Stu, it's him. And you're like, oh, well, that's weird. Who is he?
Yeah, nobody knows him.
Yeah.
Other than Sydney, she's like, yeah, I gave the guy a coffee. That's it.
Yeah, so there doesn't seem to be any connection on why he's going after her.
Yeah, the police do a little quick background check on scene, find out it's Carl Allen Gibbs, and he escaped from the psych ward, triple murder.
Oh, wow.
So not a good guy.
No.
But again, he's a murderer that came after Sydney. That's all we know.
I mean, let's be real, though. We all know this isn't the only Ghostface.
Well, yeah, we're actually ways into this movie, but still, come on.
There's going to be a connection eventually.
Yeah, and Sydney realizes this as well. And she's like, no, this isn't the only one. And I did like what she does because she goes over the crowd and she looks to see who's watching the scene.
Yeah, I thought that was neat too. Because finally someone does this. This is what someone should do because the killers usually like to watch.
Right. And when she looks in the crowd, she sees the theater director and she sees the boyfriend, Ben.
Oh, move them to the top of the list.
Just log it.
If you're a sucker.
Now, as she walks back to the house, the neighbors come over, who's Lucas and Jessica, and they're just checking in, making sure that she's okay. But Sydney's onto something. She starts questioning Lucas about AI. Like, what does he know about AI?
Right. Well, because it's weird that they're coming over right now. I mean, how would they even get past the police robes? Whatever.
Yeah, don't think that far
That's
into
a
it.
stupid question.
Yeah. So Sydney walks off, only to have Gail jump in and start questioning Lucas some more. And she's like, hey, do you like horror movies? And of course, he's like, oh, I love horror movies. And she's like, oh, I bet you do.
Well, which is just funny because the kid is just like a dumb kid. He's like, yeah, I love horror movies. You want to talk about them?
Yeah. What do you want to know?
But Gail, just like Sydney, they're both onto it. Like, hey, this is a little weird. Log it.
Gail and Sydney, they go in the house and they start talking about Stu. Like, is it possible that maybe Stu is alive? There's also more references to Sydney sitting out of New York.
Yeah,
they love to throw that in.
We understand because I think she set out of those for money reasons. I think there was like a contract dispute or something. In real life, not in the movie.
Yeah. Well, while they're in there, Sydney gets a call from Stu, and I loved it because he immediately starts roasting Gail. And he's like talking about her career fell apart and all this, and she starts making excuses, and he's like, whoa. So don't care. So don't care.
He's like, I'm just roasting you. Let's not take this too seriously.
Now, this whole conversation, that he gets off the phone, that's over. There's nothing much to it.
Can I say something real quick? I did enjoy just seeing Stu or Matthew Lillard interact with the cast again after so many years.
Oh, absolutely.
Even though we know this is like maybe AI, maybe not. It's just fun to see him back in the movie in any way. I loved it.
Well, in real life, he is acting in the movie, so that's good to see.
Don't you think just bringing him back was so much fun?
Oh, yeah.
Was Billy in this movie?
I didn't see Billy.
I thought I saw him for like press, but I don't remember him in the movie at all.
Like, what do you mean, like AI Billy?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay.
This whole conversation ignites a fire in Sydney, and now she's going to be in investigation mode, figuring out who Ghostface is. And the first stop is the psych facility.
Well, let's be clear. As far as the cops know or think that there's only one Ghostface, that it's all over. It's only Sydney and Gail now that are going on this other arc, right?
Yeah, and you may be thinking like, well, her husband's the police of chiefs?
Police of chiefs?
I can't say it.
Chief of police.
The chief of police.
Just reverse it.
So you think he would be in like working with Sydney, but they really don't talk like that.
Well, yeah, it's like if you go through the past, hey, a lot of times there's more than one killer. In fact, almost all of them.
I did wonder, I'm like, man, what if it is him? Like, that's a long play to have kids and everything, you know?
Genius play. I mean, I'm down for some weird twist for sure.
I would have probably, well, it could be. I'm not going to tell you yet.
Yeah, and I need to say, so we keep talking about Stu. I feel like at this part of the movie, everyone's just assuming Stu is AI.
Yeah, at this point, you think he's AI.
Yeah.
So Sydney's off to the psych facility, and guess what? Tatum wants to get involved with the investigation as well because she wants to be a fighter. She wants to be tough, you know?
I mean, yeah.
Well, Sydney immediately shoots it down. Tatum throws another fit. You guys see how this goes, right? It gets old.
This is our arc.
Yes. Gail and Sydney end up arriving at the psych facility. As they get out of the car, she gets a call from the coroner who basically says, this was kind of weird, but they're basically like, there's no record of Stu's body. But that doesn't mean that he wasn't there. There could be lost or stolen paperwork, or it could be actually Stu's alive. So it was kind of a nothing phone call.
Well, it just raises more questions. Here's what we know, that they can't find his body, right? So whatever that means.
Yeah, it could have been there, but it might not have been.
Yeah, we'll talk about it more later.
Bad record keeping going on. They go into the facility, find an orderly who's going to give them like a little tour. He takes them over to Carl's room. By the way, the cops have investigated this stuff. Like his room has like caution tape. I'll give him credit for that. And they look inside the room, and really all that's in there is a bunch of drawings. Like there's nothing really good. Oh, there is a picture of Tori Spelling, 90210.
Oh, okay. And is that because she played a character in Stab?
I don't know.
I think she did.
Oh, is that the connection?
I think so.
Okay, because I saw the picture and I'm like, I know this picture. Like, I've seen that picture of her. It's like, I don't know. I guess it was kind of a famous picture. I don't know. And I had to look it up. I took a picture of it. I put it in ChatGPT. It didn't tell me nothing. Put it into Google Images, who came up with Tori Spelling from 90210, which would make sense if she was in the Stab movies.
I think she was. So I'm going to go with that. If not, I will let you know.
Okay. Now Sydney decides, you know what? Let's see if this orderly recognizes a picture of Stu. So she pulls it out and like, hey, have you ever seen this guy? And the orderly looks at it and he's like, oh yeah, that's John Doe. He doesn't know his real name because he took a hit to the head and he was like a drifter that traveled around, attacked a high school girl. Yeah, that guy was released 2 weeks ago.
To which you're like, oh my God, Stu is back.
Stu's here, guys.
That's crazy. That's like a big twist. Like, oh my gosh. Well, not even a twist. We just finally found out he's alive.
Yeah, he's just been under John Doe's name.
Yeah, so big reveal there.
Not sure how that happens.
We're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
Not yet though.
No, you guys will have to wait. Gail and Sydney come up with a plan. Like her phone. So Sydney's phone is tapped by the police. They can do the whole, not wire transfer, the tracing the phone call, right?
Right.
But they need to bait the killer. And what's the best way to bait the killer?
An exclusive interview with Gail Weathers.
It's what she's been waiting for her entire life.
Which
An
is
interview with Sydney.
Which is kind of funny because that has been this whole thing between Gail and her, and it is finally going to happen. So it's a fun way to do it.
Back with Tatum, she's chilling with Mindy and Chad. Like they've just like moved into the house, I guess.
Yeah, I guess they're just part of the family.
And they start talking to her like, we need to assemble your friends and really get to the bottom of like who it could be, because most likely it's one of your friends.
Yeah, because if you remember, Mindy, just like her, what was it? Not her dad, her uncle, Randy?
Yes.
She wants to figure out all this horror movie stuff. Huge horror movie fan. She's the one who's always coming up with the rules now. So that's what they're doing again. She wants to get everyone together and kind of figure this whole thing out.
Right. And Tatum is sick of being useless. So she wants to get in this thing.
Yeah.
The only problem is her dad, chief of police, won't let her leave. So she's got to figure out a way to get around. And I think she even says like, I have an idea or something. Like she's got a plan. Somehow she's going to get out. Conveniently, around the same time, her dad, Mark, hears something coming from the remodel. So part of their house is being remodeled. What that really means is there's a lot of like visqueen or sheets hanging, like these clear sheets, you know?
It's a very precarious place to be in. Like you don't want to be in there, especially during this situation. A killer could be hiding anywhere.
Yeah, it's like an area, there's no drywall. It's just like studs and plastic hanging.
Yeah, creepy vibes.
And he hears something coming from that way.
So he just walks in, and I'm going to be honest, I don't think he was tactical at all about this.
No, he just walked out. He found some tools on the ground.
I will say in his defense, he probably didn't even think there was another Ghostface. So he probably wasn't really on alert.
He should know by now.
He should.
So he finds some tools on the ground. He picks them up. And as he's picking them up in like one of those plastic sheets, you can see Ghostface watching him.
Yeah, creepy. Ghostface is there.
And then as he stands up, it just like dissolves and goes away.
Yeah, like a ghost in the night.
Well, Mark like kind of looks around, doesn't say anything. He's about to leave when he gets tackled and covered in a plastic sheet.
How this happened, I'm not sure. Like a quick plastic wrap.
Yeah, he's like wrapped up like a burrito now.
Yeah, like stuck. He's not moving.
Yeah, even worse, Ghostface is on top of him and stabs him in the heart 4 times.
Yeah, and my first thought was like, okay, he's wearing like a bulletproof vest, and so maybe the knife won't go through it.
No, he gets stabbed.
No, he's in trouble. But we don't see him die, so, you know.
We'll just say he's in trouble.
Yeah.
And by the way, hey, remember how Tatum needed to leave the house?
Yeah.
Here's her perfect opportunity.
Yeah, I guess she just didn't care. She's like, I don't see my dad. Let's just leave.
Yeah, we'll assume we're good to go.
This plan, by the way, is just so awful and stupid.
It's
like,
just dumb.
Let's get all the kids suspects together.
Yeah. I did love this next part. So we cut to the town. Like we see, like, obviously we just like saw Mark get stabbed, you think possibly to death. And we go to the citizens as they're like closing up the town and they play the iconic song.
Man, here's a little bit of it for you now.
On the gathering storm comes a tall, handsome man, dusty black coat with a red right hand.
I absolutely love this song. To me, this is such like Scream 1 vibes.
Oh, dude, there's a nostalgia factor's through the roof.
Yeah, I'm in. No matter what, this movie just went up like 3 points.
Well, and even better, as they're panning across the town, we see on the movie theater what's playing.
I hit Daniel in the theater. I hit Daniel. I'm like, dude, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Love it, dude.
Hey, if you don't know, that's the first movie we ever did on this podcast.
That's what spawned who we are now.
It really did create the podcast. So shout out TCM. Forever in our hearts.
Yes. Tatum and all the friends are going to meet up at Chloe's like family's pizza place, right?
I believe that is true. I don't remember.
Okay, all I know is Chloe works at the pizza place. We've done this a few times. We keep getting stuck here.
Well, you took my line. I think it is her friend's pizza place. Does that matter though? No. You know
No.
what's another thing? I guess all these kids' parents just don't care that their kids are going out after several people have been murdered.
Yeah, good friends. Good friends
Yeah,
are dead.
yeah.
So who do we have? We have Tatum, we have Chloe, Mindy and Chad, Tatum's boyfriend Ben, and we have Lucas, the neighbor.
Yeah, the one who's obsessed with horror movies.
Right, right. So
all the suspects.
all the suspects. They sit around and start contemplating doing the whole thing of like who it could be. And Mindy starts in on the horror movie rules. And I did like this part because she starts going into it and Chad goes, whoa. Hey, Mind, we've already done this. We're good.
I thought it was so funny because I'm just thinking, hey, I loved the horror movie rules. I liked when Randy did it in the second one. I liked it when maybe she did it in the last one or whatever she did. But it's enough. It's like we all get it. Plus, to be honest, in this movie now, are there rules?
Yeah, the rules are very convoluted.
I don't even think there are rules anymore.
There aren't, but
maybe a loose guideline.
Yeah, Mindy doesn't really give up. She kind of keeps going on and she's like, hey, this person isn't a fan of horror movies. They're a fan of Sidney Prescott.
I'm going to be honest. I kind of got lost in this part.
Sometimes you do, man. They just go too like weird.
I started daydreaming and then I came back to the movie and I'm like, I don't even know what the heck she just said.
Yeah, and honestly, this didn't hit like other movies, like because really the friend group is very, what's the word for it? I don't know.
Loose?
You don't really feel anything about anyone because you don't really know any of them.
Well, they didn't build out that they were friends. Well, we have the brother and sister who just came in, so they're new. They're not even part of the friend group. Plus, the group together, I don't know that they are friends. I know the girls are friends.
They walked together one time to school. That's like what we've seen.
Yeah, that was a negative on this movie. I loved their, well, I guess it is what it is.
This is more about Sydney. It's not about the daughter as much.
Right.
So whatever. Ben now is sitting on the counter and he's looking over the AI stew video. He basically surmises
through his computer science,
through the computer science knowledge that either this is like a top-notch AI or Stu's alive.
Which is basically just like a TikTok Photoshop guy who looks and is like, oh, it's feathered at the end or not, right?
Yeah, there's some artifacting going on here. They end up going through each of the friends and their motives, but honestly, we don't really know the friends and I really didn't care about any of this.
Thank you. I didn't either.
Yeah, so let's move on. And then they just like throw a little cherry on top by giving Lucas and Chloe a little romantic connection.
Yeah, and this was odd because it has like a little arc to it. There's a little storyline we go down, and I don't know why.
Yeah, it's kind of odd.
I've never seen them talk before. It seems like they had a moment, and that moment's going to come to an end soon.
Yeah, and you know what? I didn't even hate it. It was kind of, all right, I'll just go through this with you.
It was fun.
All right, back to Gail and Sydney. They're doing their televised interview, and basically they're trying to bait Stu to call them, or the killer, right?
Right, because the whole idea is that the killer wants to be seen. This is the perfect platform. Did this matter?
No, this didn't matter.
Okay.
Well, the interview's going on a little long. Stu's not calling. So Gil decides to flip the interview and start asking Sydney about her children and the trauma that she's dealt with and possibly passing that on to her children.
Which is so funny because this is so Gail. I like that she sticks to her character. No matter what, she's going to do what it takes to get a good interview, even if it means like betraying the trust her and Sydney have built.
She's a horrible person. Let's just be honest. Gail is a terrible person.
She cares first and foremost about her job, which Dewey, I think, had that same issue with her and why they got divorced.
Yeah, maybe even in real life. I don't know.
Yeah, undetermined.
Yeah. Sydney basically gets like mad at her. They end up taking a break, and that's when Sydney gets a phone call. And it's Stu who reveals that he's at Parker's Tavern with Tatum.
Man, trouble. So he's there. She's way far away, but at least she can probably call the cops.
Well, she could call the cops. I mean, there's plenty of vehicles. I'm sure she could, like, I don't know, just jump in with Gail or take a car, drive back over there, right?
Right.
Does she do any of that? No, she does not do any of that. What does she do? Runs out of the TV studio and just like actually runs to the tavern, which it seems very far.
She tried to get in someone's car, but it was locked. Was it Gail's?
Yeah, I guess she didn't drive here. I guess they drove together, but she doesn't wait for Gil or anything. It's just really weird.
It was so dumb.
This is like probably one of the stupidest like parts of the movie.
Yeah, so she's running and I'm like, okay, well, the tavern must be close.
It seems far.
It took her forever. I don't even know. Did she ever even get there?
She does, yeah.
Okay, it's way too long. When you could just wait for Gil, you're not going to run. Plus, she does call her husband, but we all know her husband's not around. And that's another thing. Wouldn't you be in contact with these people?
It's the husband doesn't matter at all anymore. Nobody cares that he's gone.
We got to stop going logical. I already said it and I'm breaking my own rule. Hey, horror rules for this movie, you can't dive deep into it. The logic doesn't make sense.
Okay, well, at the same time, Tatum now is actually leaving the tavern with Ben because she wants to go to the TV studio to like meet up with her mom or something.
Oh yeah, she saw her mom on TV and she wanted to be there, which is weird. You kind of said it and I kind of agreed a little bit. I started to be a little suspect because that'd be quite the turn for Tatum to be a killer.
I kind of wanted her to be one.
Well, and they did plant that seed. Like you said, her dad left or she needed a way to get out of the house. Suddenly her dad gets stabbed. It kind of seemed like maybe she knew about that. Then all of a sudden she just wants to leave this place with everyone together. And then that causes a bunch of chaos. So you kind of thought maybe.
Well, she gets in the car with her boyfriend, but before they leave, she opens up his laptop where she finds he's made an AI recording of himself transformed into Stu. And he's like, whoa, hold on. I just made it to see if it was even possible. The problem is he's like really into character. He's like doing these crazy lines talking about killing Sydney and Tatum.
So it seems like he's trying to match exactly what the AI did. But I would say, buddy, if you're assuming he's not the killer, this is a horrible idea because you've just now given the police evidence against you.
Like you can be Stu, and you're practicing it. You are him at this point.
Yeah, you could use AI just to talk like someone and be like, oh, okay, that works. You don't have to then act just like them as well.
Yeah, it's so weird. Well, Tatum feels the same way, and she takes that computer and beats him in the face with it, jumps out of the car, unfortunately runs right into Leatherface. I said that before.
Why are you into Leatherface?
Ghostface. They put the Texas Chainsaw Massacre in here. Back inside the tavern, Chloe burns a pizza. She runs to the kitchen to take care of that. Lucas has to take a piss. He disappears. Now it's only Mindy and Chad. So everyone starts splitting up.
Which I did think was funny because they even pointed out, I forget which one, Mindy or Chad, that said it. They're like, hey, you realize everyone has left now.
Yeah, it's just us.
Yeah, like the suspects have all split up, so this is when things happen.
And they happen to be locked inside.
Yeah. They apparently can't even get out of this place. The door's locked in the front, and they are taking forever to figure out another way out.
Yeah, it's so long.
So you have someone in the kitchen, and them just right outside the kitchen. This place isn't that big. This would take you, I don't know, 5 seconds to be like, oh, the front door's locked. Let's go to the only other place, the kitchen.
Yeah, or just yell back and forth.
Yeah.
Doesn't really happen. Chloe's in the kitchen, pulls out the pizza that got burned, and then the lights go out. Even worse, Ghostface shows up and she does a little peekaboo with him. Like there's like a line of, what do you call it? Like
cooking places.
Shelving. There's like shelving that runs down and they do like a little look on the right, look on the left, look on the right, and then he kind of disappears.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh no, where'd he go?
Well, they end up fighting. Chloe grabs like a meat mallet. She starts hitting him with that thing. I don't know. She gets disarmed, grabs like a cast iron pan, hits him with that. She ends up getting thrown over the counter onto the ground. And this is where we have a crazy moment. Maybe one of the craziest in this movie. You don't remember?
No.
So we see Ghostface throw her down. She's on the ground. He's standing behind her. You can see him behind her, right?
Right.
Chloe, though, spots a knife and she starts crawling for it. So they have the camera set up where you can see her crawling towards the knife and you see Ghostface standing behind her.
Yes, now I know what you're saying. This was a little odd.
Yeah, so like I'm talking a second goes by where she reaches, grabs a knife, turns, stabs, and it instantly transforms from Ghostface to Chad.
Yeah, it's almost like Ghostface was Chad.
Right.
Yeah.
It was not, though.
No.
And Chad takes a knife to the shoulder. Very strange. Then Ghostface does appear, takes the knife like out of Chad. He just like falls to the ground. He ends up like slashing Mindy. She comes and like hits him. Doesn't really do much. So she gets a tummy stab. She falls down.
It's pretty clear like Chad and Mindy got stabbed, but they're not dead.
Yeah, we remember in the other movies, they get stabbed a ton. They're totally fine.
Yeah, and then you know how the rules are. If you don't see them die, and even sometimes if you do, you never know.
You never know. Chloe ends up hitting him with a, whatever that thing is called, like the pizza.
Tenderizer. It looks like a tenderizer.
No. That was the meat. I called it a meat mallet.
Oh.
That's where you smash the meat to like thin it out.
What are you talking about? The pizza pan thing?
Yeah, the one that you take the pizza out of the oven with.
Yeah, the pizza, it's kind of round, circular in nature.
And I think this one was like square.
I don't even know. I'm just guessing.
You
I don't
slide
remember.
under the pizza. You know what I mean?
We get it. Okay.
I don't know what the name for that is.
Yeah, pizza picker.
It's like a giant spatula. So she hits him with that thing. Then she runs into the restaurant where Lucas is waiting and like they come face to face and Lucas is like, hold on, like relax. I got this. Don't worry. Runs into the kitchen only to come exploding back out of the door, immediately stabbed.
Okay, let me say this. As soon as Lucas ran into the kitchen, I'm like, there is no way. This guy's got to be the killer. The way he ran in there, just like reckless abandonment, I thought he has to be, right?
It did seem odd. And honestly, it seemed very like set up, almost like the Stu Billy thing.
Yeah, because he didn't even ask questions. He just ran right in there. Just a stupid thing to do. But then he comes out and he's been stabbed. And I looked at Dan and I said, ketchup, bro.
No, you didn't. You said pizza sauce.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. You're right.
He said, he looked at me. He's like, pizza sauce.
Yeah, I'm like, there's no way that's real. Because it didn't look like you could see stab marks. And I think they did that on purpose to make you think it was fake.
Yeah, so there's one of Darren's calls.
Well, it was a great fake out. Good job. You got me on that one.
Well, Chloe ends up hiding behind the bar. Ghostface?
Well, what?
Ghostinface?
The Swedish version.
Ghostface is searching around just looking for her, but she's kind of like hidden pretty good. Chloe hears the front door close and she's like, okay, I think he left. So she stands up thinking he's gone, only to get attacked by, I don't know, could have been the same Ghostface, might have been a different one.
But there is a Ghostface in there.
Yeah, he grabs her, throws her on the bar, and now at the end of the bar is a pile of glasses. So he takes her, rams her into those, and throws her onto the floor. Unfortunately for Chloe, during that little event, one of those glasses broke and jammed into her neck.
Dude, totally shocked me. I didn't think that was going to kill her. And then you look and you're like, oh my God, it sliced her up.
Kind of got unlucky on that one. I feel like you could probably survive that 9 out of 10.
Which I like. That's why I liked that one, because it just shocked me. I just thought she was going to survive it. So sorry, that didn't work out for me.
No, it didn't. Now back to the pizza boy, Lucas. Pizza sauce man, huh?
Yeah, well, my bad.
He's trying to crawl away. Ghostface comes over, grabs his leg, and he actually drags him back to Chloe where they can lay next to each other and look face to face.
It was sweet.
It was a nice little touch.
Again, it's just one of those moments where it's like, okay, why are we doing this?
Yeah, I know. Well, the camera pans back and we see a very, very sharp beer tap.
Yeah, and you're like, what are they going to do with this?
You're like, wow, that looks extremely sharp.
My first thought was I'm like, there is no way they're going to do what I think they might do.
This was nuts. This is the craziest kill I've ever seen in a Scream movie.
I would say, without too much research at all, my favorite kill.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Ghostface grabs Lucas by the head. By the way, I do think this was somewhat impossible. It looked like the height didn't match, to get him up high enough.
Well, he's going to lift this guy by the head up. And I just think to do that, you would have to have a lot of strength.
I mean, lifting, especially, this guy might be taller than Ghostface. And if you're lifting him even higher to what we're going to get to, it just seems nearly impossible. But it's Scream, whatever. We're going to go with it. So what does he do? Grabs the head, picks him all the way up, lines up the back of his head with that extremely sharp beer tap, and just places him on it for that sharp, sharp beer tap. And it slowly just inserts in through his skull, through his brain, and out the top of his head.
It was disturbing how slow that they just slid right on. You're like, oh my God.
And where he placed it, it's here, right on the back of the neck, where it went up and just you could just feel it going through him. And then he even gives a little push to seat him down even further. And you may ask why? Why would you want to be down further?
That's exactly what I wanted to know.
Well, that's because as that head got inserted on the tap, it activates the tap. And now we have beer coming out of Lucas's mouth.
I mean, just awesome. You have the dead head sitting on it with beer just pouring out of his mouth.
A perfect spout, just shooting down.
What a unique and interesting way to kill someone. It just works so well because it was just totally unexpected. I've never even seen anything like that.
It was the most gruesome. I mean, the way that his head went on that spike was just gnarly. But then to have that tap be in his mouth and just shooting out beer, awesome.
It's one of those things that just sticks with you. You're just not going to unsee that.
No, and it was almost beautiful.
It made you feel stuff.
All right, back to Tatum. She's now hiding in the street from Ghostface when her boyfriend Ben shows up. Okay, I think it needs to be said. Remember a second ago, she just hit him with a computer?
Yeah.
She thought he was Ghostface?
Correct.
Literally nothing has happened since then?
Well, wait, has she run into anyone?
She just saw Ghostface, another one.
When? Oh, yeah, outside the car.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now she's totally you're not Ghostface.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. Why did she come to that conclusion?
She's hugging, they hug and stuff. This is totally flipped.
So in her defense, she's newer to the game. She hasn't been in a Ghostface or Scream movie yet. And she doesn't realize that there could be multiples. That's what it is.
She's an idiot.
It is stupid.
She's an idiot.
Yeah.
I mean, she's not wrong, but she's an idiot.
Correct. You could, yeah.
Well, Ghostface ends this whole like love affair going on. He grabs Ben, stabs him in the neck, gives him like 6 really quick stomach stabs.
I like the quick stomach stabs. They're effective and they clearly were real.
Yeah, they were real. Like Ben's dead. Yeah. Tatum sees all this, pushes them both through a window, like a glass window. It shatters, sets off a burglar alarm. And you're like, okay, now the cops are going to come.
Yeah, no, they don't come. I don't know if anyone has called the police.
Yeah, it's not a big deal right now.
It's so weird.
It's so weird. Tatum ends up taking off running. She goes to her mom's coffee shop, hides in there, and Ghostface walks up. He doesn't know for sure if she's in here, so he's kind of looking around, and he's about to go, but then Tatum's phone rings, and he kind of hears it. You see him like flip back.
Yeah, he heard something in there. He knows she's in.
Yeah, and he's kind of looking, but he does end up walking away. So who was calling her phone? That would be Sydney. And Sydney, okay, the stupid journey of Sydney's. I didn't want to talk about it. She's running from the stupid movie station or the TV station to the tavern while texting, like constantly stopping to text and call Tatum.
Right.
And she tells her like, hey, there's a gun in the office. Get up, go get that. So Tatum hops up, starts walking to the back. When she hears a little tap, 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 she turns around and Ghostface is standing at the door tapping. And then he just inputs the code to open the door.
Theater went nuts for that too. It was a cool moment. It's like, wait, Ghostface knows the code into the coffee shop? Like how?
Don't know.
Yeah, it was cool. But wait, so where's Sydney now? She's running. Did she make it
Sydney
to the tavern?
is on this road to the tavern. She's not going to get here.
She still hasn't made it to the tavern.
No. Because the problem is, I was going to explain it, I'll just do it now. While she's running, she's going to lose service and she needs the service to see the cameras. Well, so she's actually like has to stop.
I mean, just the fact that she even ran is just so stupid.
It's so dumb.
When she could have just said, hey, Gail, let's go together. Boom, you're in the action now.
Tatum ends up making it to the back office, barricades herself in, and she's like somewhat safe in here. At the same time, Sydney's on her phone watching the cameras. She like taps in. She can see a camera inside the office and right outside the office.
And it's very clear at this moment that Sydney's not going to make it, so she's going to coach her daughter. I knew this was going to happen. I didn't want this to happen, but it's where we're going.
Yes, we're going to have to get through this together. Now, Sydney can see Ghostface right outside the door. So she coaches Tatum, opens up the safe, takes the gun out, and oh my gosh. Sydney starts talking to her about how to use a gun. Tatum's like, what is this device? How do I even like operate this?
I don't know what to do. It's like, we all know, even if you don't use guns, you know there's a safety, and then just pull the trigger.
I mean, even if you don't, other than that, you aim and pull a trigger. Like, come on, this ain't rocket science.
It's like life or death. Just start squeezing.
Yeah. And I got to be honest, like Tatum breaks down at one point. One of the worst crying faces I've ever seen.
Okay, I got to say, I'm not into this at all. Like we said, this whole bonding thing they're doing, I understand why they're doing it. I do not care whatsoever.
I need you to acknowledge her bad crying face. Put it up there for them.
We're gonna do this together.
Okay, so at this point, again, Tatum has a gun. She's locked in the office. Ghostface is right outside the office, just standing there, apparently not figuring out any way to get in the room. Well, kind of wandering around.
Yeah, well... Again, Ghostface is kind of at the walls trying to see maybe if there's a soft wall. Apparently they can just ram their hand through or a knife. I don't know.
Yeah, well, either way, Sydney sees him outside and it's like, okay, I'm going to line Tatum up with this gun to shoot through the wall, hitting Ghostface. So the first thing she's like, shoot the calendar, shoot the calendar. But then Ghostface moves. So he's out of the calendar. I just feel like this is way more difficult than they're making it seem.
Well, yeah, it's stupid, but it's kind of fun that she's helping her daughter aim it, and yeah.
Well, Ghostface runs around to the other side of the door, and Sydney immediately is like, to the right of the door, shoot now, shoot now. And I'm all kind of like, what's the rush? Can we like line this up a little better?
Yeah, you're right, because Ghostface isn't getting in there.
And when you say to the right of the door, I don't know, that could be like an inch right, or that could be like a foot right.
That's a great point. You're right.
Kind of hard to like distinguish where to shoot.
Correct, yeah.
Well, Tatum aims to the right, and I'll be honest, she put a great little grouping pattern down.
Yeah.
Like it kind of hit in a nice little like same spot there.
Just pop, pop, pop. Ghostface down.
Ghostface is down. Crowd goes wild.
Yeah. They did it together. It's beautiful.
Yes. And then I'm like, I looked at you, I'm like, have none of them ever seen a Scream movie? There's no way they're dead this easy.
I feel like you were hating a little bit on the crowd. I liked how much they were into it. I did think it was corny, but I did like that she's working with her daughter. It's kind of fun.
Well, I was hating, but I found it entertaining.
Yeah.
It was funny.
It was fun. I mean, again, that one lady in the crowd was wild.
She was a little much.
She's like, shoot him now.
No, you did.
Yeah. No, I mean, you're saying that like a joke. That's
It
really
was like
what
that,
she
yeah.
sounded like.
Yeah. Now Tatum decides, you know what? Ghostface is down. I'm going to take all the stuff out from the door and I'm going to go inspect and see what happened.
And I do love it. And you have it written here, but we all know you got to aim for the head. And Sydney tells her daughter, shoot him in the head. And everyone in the crowd is like, yes, shoot him.
Well, before that, I did love the part when she unbarricaded the door. The crowd goes, oh.
Oh, that was great too. It's like, no, what are you doing? You're right.
Yeah, so Sydney tells her to shoot him in the head. Of course, Tatum hesitates. He pops back up, picks up his knife. Tatum hits him with a fire extinguisher, hits him with a chair, ends up like knocking him down, turns to leave, only to find herself in a Ghostface sandwich.
Which was shocking. You're like, oh no, there's another one, which we kind of thought there might be, but now it's official. And because you thought that was kind of her final girl moment. She's getting away. She's fighting Ghostface, only to see another one. And now she's stuck.
She was an Oreo.
Yeah, she was an
The
Oreo.
two Ghostfaces, the little white girl in the middle.
Yeah, boom.
I'm going to be honest. I did make a joke about them running. No, I can't say that. Okay, cut that.
Yeah. Or I kept it because that was kind of funny now.
Okay, after all of this, Sydney finally arrives at the coffee shop, picks up the gun, and immediately gets a phone call. Ghostface basically is like, hey, we're at your house, come alone, and Sydney does. And this is where I was just like, yeah, I mean, I know I can't dig too much, but I'm like, is Sydney not at all concerned that her husband's totally missing?
The problem is she would have to call like the police officers and be like, hey, or the police office and like, hey, have you heard from my husband? Because she's calling him. He's obviously not answering. But then we don't see any of that. And I still don't know why the cops haven't been called. But now she's already home.
Well, she's on her way. We'll just say she's home now.
Well, Ghostface said not to call the cops. So now it makes sense for her not to, I guess, if she doesn't want anything to happen to her daughter.
I'm sure, whatever. So Sydney gets in the house, and on the TV, Stu pops up. We're going to have like a little, I don't know, fan service.
It's montage of different characters from the past.
Yeah, Stu thanks her for following the rules, like coming alone. Then Billy's mom pops up. Again, these are like a bunch of previous killers. She says something about how she ruined her life. Who cares? Her son's life. Then her brother pops up, who was the killer. And which was that? Was that 2? It was the one they made the movie.
Yeah,
I don't think that was 2.
I think it was 3.
No, 2, because Billy's mom, I think, was 2.
Yeah, I think he was 3. He was like the only one who was a solo killer, right?
He was like the director, her stepbrother or brother or something like that. And then last but not least, we had Dewey pop on. It was okay.
I loved seeing all of them. You didn't like it?
Yeah, I liked it, but I mean, it's fan service. You know what I mean? Let's get to the movie.
Yeah, but it was cool. Like, just to incorporate him in the movie in this way. This is the only way you really could do it. So I liked
that
it.
is true. Dewey's dead. So yeah, this is the only way.
Yeah.
It's a very creative way to bring him back. But now you may be wondering, where is Tatum? Well, she happens to be tied up in a chair outside, just like in Scream 1.
I enjoyed them going back to their roots because that scene was iconic and it's kind of fun to see again.
Yeah, I do love that when that guy it was the guy, right?
Yeah.
Tied up by the pool. That one, it was so good.
Yeah.
Anyways, Ghostface is out there with a knife to Tatum's neck. Sydney eventually is like, okay, here, I'll throw down my gun. Now we have face to face. It's time to get to the reveal.
Well, wait, Sydney did have the gun taped to her back again, right?
Oh, she did pull out a second gun. I don't remember where from.
I think there was one taped to the back, which didn't she do that before too?
I think that was somebody taped. I remember.
I think that was in 3.
movies.
I think she had a secondary gun.
With her brother?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
That sounds right.
Yeah, we'll say that.
All right. Well, let's get to the reveal.
Okay, can I say this real quick?
Sure.
My least favorite reveal of all time.
Really?
I didn't like this reveal at all. I thought
Yeah.
it was stupid.
It is pretty stupid. There's not a lot of connections here.
It's just a lot of like crazy explanation.
Yeah, and even how all these people work together, very loose.
Yeah, so let's get to it.
The first ghost face pulls off the mask, and who is it?
Well, and in fact, when I saw his face, I asked Dan, who is that?
Well, it was the guy from the psych ward.
Okay, so we got one
So he was working. Okay, so we already know Carl was one of them. He's dead.
from the psych ward as well, but he was a patient there.
So I think this was Carl's. I guess so here's the confusing thing. This guy gave them a tour of the psych ward. Was he a patient at the psych ward or did he actually work at the psych ward?
Well, I thought he worked there because why else would he be giving a tour?
Yeah, I thought, I mean, but he's a killer, so I thought he was a patient, but I guess he is a worker.
I still am not entirely sure.
Him and Carl are working together, all right?
When we can get into more stuff once we find out the second one.
Now, he doesn't really go into his past. He's just kind of like, hey, you always got to shoot him in the head. And this is because he's about to reveal the other Ghostface. And he goes, isn't that right, Stu?
And to
you're
which
like,
everyone in the crowd's
"Ooh."
like, oh, is that Stu?
Ghostface walks up, pulls off the mask. It's not Stu. It's our neighbor, Jessica.
Boom, which I knew. That's the one I called out. I thought she was clearly a killer because her son was so into horror, and just her even being around, it just didn't make sense unless she was the killer.
And she's kind of like someone you know. She was in Pitch Perfect or something.
Yeah, exactly.
She's a face that you're like, huh, what are you doing in this movie?
Right. So those are our two killers. And I guess the whole idea is, oh yeah, she'll go into her story. You're
Yeah,
probably
we'll
going
go into it and we're going to dig into this a little bit.
So can we say the whole thing about Stu now?
What about it?
Like, is he even alive?
Oh, I think Stu's dead.
Well, you think. Here's what I'm going to say. I don't know that they can't bring him back. In fact, I would say they still can bring him back.
They left it open because they didn't say for sure if he is dead, because there is weird stuff with the paperwork. I don't know what the roommate was. The roommate Stu? Like there's the John Doe.
So I think that one of the killers, just the guy who was working at the hospital, I think he just made that up.
Okay.
Well, but that's the thing. He might not have, and they could have just like, or Stu could still be out there. And I will say Kevin Williamson, the writer director, said if people like this movie and they want it, they'll do a Scream 8, which I can tell you for sure there's going to be a Scream 8.
I'm sure there will be.
And I could say Stu could be coming back.
They left it open.
Which I like. Let's get as much out of this as we can.
Okay, so let's get back because we'll dig more into that, but we got to kind of like tell what's going on. So they grab Mark, her husband, right? This Sydney's husband, drag him out. Somehow, after being stabbed in the heart 5 times, he's alive.
Which I laughed because I'm like, how long was this guy bleeding out in this tarp?
Yeah, he's been laying there dying. Dude, he would be dead. Come on.
Yeah, we both looked at each other like, there's no way.
Now, they do go into a slight background on this dude that works at the Psych ward. He used to work at Google, and he's big into AI. He used to do like security for him,
which
like
is
cyber security or something.
Which is funny because I'm almost like, I don't even think you need that background anymore to do AI stuff like this.
No.
Maybe, but when this movie was made, you probably did. But nowadays, I feel like you could easily just explain it like, hey, he just downloaded an app and faked him.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, now we got to get to the real reason why Jessica is involved in this. Because so far we have like 2 dudes at a psych ward. Why is Jessica in this?
Yeah.
So she claims Sydney saved her life. Okay, guys, you're going to have to hold on. This is like really dumb. Really dumb. She claims Sydney saved her life with Sydney's book. So Sydney wrote that book. You remember how Jessica had that abusive marriage?
Right.
After reading Sydney's book, she realized the one truth with Sydney is that she always kills the bad guy. Because of this, Jessica started doing Pilates and killed her husband.
Oh, because her husband was abusive. He was the bad guy.
She was channeling her inner Sydney.
It's funny that you're going over this because I didn't even connect the dots. But honestly, at this moment in the movie, I was over it. I'm like, I don't even care. That I did not like the reveal.
No, no. Why is she mad at Sydney, though? It seems like it's kind of her idol. And that's because Sydney went away. She disappeared. And she didn't go to New York. They keep bringing up freaking New York. Because she disappeared, Jessica couldn't handle it, checked herself into a mental facility, and that's where she met these other dudes because she had to be near Sydney.
Wow. So that's a lot. That's a far ways to go. You know what I'm saying? Like a reach.
It's a long reach. And let me just finish. The last thing she kind of talks about, Jessica reveals she's starting over by killing Sydney, releasing her baggage, Sydney 2.0.
I think this is just a stupid story for a killer. I'm not interested in it. I find it just too unbelievable.
Well, yeah, okay, so she was super obsessed, went to a psych facility, got 2 other dudes to get in on this whole plan of becoming Ghostface.
Yeah, like how did this team even get assembled? I mean, maybe we're going to find out next one it was Stu.
Yeah, well, they clearly say that Stu's dead, but who knows?
Yeah, but and like you have written here, and my whole thought this whole time is like, how could she kill her son?
Yeah, if you didn't realize, her son was Lucas. That's the kid that went on the bar tap. And she explains this by saying he looked too much like his father.
So she's clearly just insane. That's the storyline. They're all just crazy, crazy people.
Yeah, not great.
Yeah, because there's no real connection. And that's where, to me, it just feels cheap. It's like, I want it to pay off. When I see the killer, I want it to be like, oh, that all makes sense now. This happened because of this. And then you kind of put it all together. This one, I'm like, no one would have figured this stupid thing out except for the mom. But that's just like, she just seemed like she was guilty.
Yeah, like she's kind of out of place. But the motive, it's like, okay. Because it's a weird motive because it's like she was inspired by Sydney, but then her whole thing of like flipping on Sydney because Sydney disappeared. What?
Yeah, it's just cheap. I don't like it.
Yeah.
It just doesn't pay off to me. And it feels like I feel cheated.
Probably one of the worst reveals.
In my mind, it is the worst one.
Well, let's get on to what happens. Mark, now barely alive, has like taken a little knife and he's cutting Tatum's like the duct tape at her feet.
Yeah, Mark's the dead dad who's still got some life in him.
Yes. Jessica gets done with her old monologue, decides she's going to slit Tatum's throat in front of Sydney, only to catch a backwards headbutt by Tatum. As soon as Tatum headbutts her, Sydney pulls out her, like, whatever, her back gun, whatever gun from whatever she was hiding it.
Sure.
Ends up pulling it out, shoots the dude right in the head. He's dead.
I loved it. I thought that was quick, effective. Let's get him out.
Yes, he's gone. Tatum ends up hitting Jessica with the chair, which is kind of confusing because it's like strapped to her, kind of. Must have done like a side swing.
I don't remember. We'll go with that.
And then crowd starts clapping. Loved it.
Crowd loved to see when the girls fought against Ghostface. It was cool. It was good. I don't know about you. At this moment, I'm like, can we just end this movie?
Yeah, I was ready for it to be done.
Once they revealed the killers, I'm like, okay, you guys botched the ending. I had fun on my way all the way through up till now. I'm ready to end this.
Yeah, so Jessica runs into that whole renovation site, hiding in the plastic. Sydney goes in there, some heavy metal gets turned on. Sydney finds the radio, shuts it off. We see Jessica like drop down from above. You like that?
Yeah, I was stupid.
They get into a fight. Jessica gets stabbed in the leg by Sydney. She starts strangling Sydney with an electric cord. Sydney flips it around, stabs Jessica in the leg some more, like a bunch of little stabs. Even then goes into the stomach. And Sydney's got some good stabs.
I will say, I love the way she stabbed. It seemed quick, heavy, just
powerful,
like a killer.
Yes. Well, Sydney ends up falling down. Jessica then pulls the knife out of her stomach, charges with an overhead knife at Sydney, only to have Tatum pop out like John Wick, start just blasting her, right?
I like to think she had the gun sideways.
Dude, it was so dumb. I hated this, but crowd cheered. Crowd just, yeah.
Yeah, she's found her power.
Oh, so lame. I just hate this character.
I don't like it either.
Now, the only problem is she didn't shoot her in the head. Sydney and Tatum look back. Jessica's gone.
Which I'm like, oh my God, please, can you kill this woman?
Well, they end up searching through the building when Jessica comes out of nowhere, just screaming with a like overhead knife.
Apparently she abandoned all tactics now.
Yeah,
She's
just going with the scream.
Yeah.
Which is funny.
Yeah,
Showing the actual scream.
Now that you said it, is kind of funny.
Sydney and Tatum turn and just unload a mag on her. Each of them just blast her. They hit her so many times in the face, a chunk of it falls off as she drops to her knees.
I like the violence of it. I also like that the blood sprayed on the tarp behind. Only thing is, I really wish the blood would have resembled a scream face. That would have been great. That
might as well do it. You might as well.
It's so stupid at this point. You gotta go. You gotta do it.
Sydney looks at Tatum. She's like, "You okay?" Tatum looks back and goes, "I am Sydney Prescott's daughter."
Chills.
Yeah.
It is so corny.
Oh, so bad. That was so lame. Everyone arrives now at the house. We got the cops, police, fire, everyone. The twins are alive and fine. We already knew that. Old Mindy and Chad. Mark gets loaded in the ambulance. Now, I thought this part was crazy because Mark has got to be on death's door.
Mark should have died.
Like he's barely alive.
They should have made it so they stabbed him a couple times, but made it clear they were keeping him alive. But this dude has lost so much blood. There's no way. And I got to think he's been laying there for hours.
And the crazy part is Sydney's not in any rush to go with Mark. They just put him in the ambulance and he leaves. And she's kind of like, cool, I got to tie up some stuff here.
Yeah, Mark could die on the way, but she's just going to leave him. See you later, buddy.
Yeah, she honestly comes off cold.
Well, yeah, because she also said she's going to go to the hospital, but I guess she's going to drive there.
Yeah, which is okay, but like you would like go quick.
No, if your significant other was in the ambulance, has been stabbed multiple times, bleeding out, I don't even know if he's speaking right now, you would go with him.
Well,
In fact, your daughter would
it
probably go with
depends
them.
because sometimes you won't take people because there will be like it would be full of people trying to work on them.
Yeah, but did you see that ambulance full of people, Dan?
I didn't even see one person back there
I didn't
with
see
it.
anyone. Well, to which then I'm also like, wait, who's driving the ambulance?
Oh gosh.
With Scream 8.
Well, anyway, Sydney stays on scene. She goes over to Gail. Oh my gosh. She goes and
more girl
dude,
bonding.
it's so bad. She talks to her about like how she can trust her now. I could care less. Gail's horrible. I want them both to die at this point. Tatum and Sydney have one more dumb talk where, oh my gosh, don't want to say this. Basically, Sydney tells Tatum that she named her after her dead friend, not because it's her dead friend. It's because that Tatum was fierce and she was a fighter and she was strong. And that's what she wants her daughter to be. They hug. That's the end of the movie.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, of course you had more of a deeper meaning to naming her Tatum. We all knew. I didn't care about this bonding thing either. And honestly, my first thought as soon as the movie ended, I'm like, hey, it's time to get rid of another legacy. We got to get rid of Gail.
Gail is a skeleton, like juiced up. She's like got steroid shots, barely moving around. We got to put her down.
Her body's been dead for 10 years. It's just on autopilot.
We got to get Gail's a terrible character. I mean, she's a great character, but it's played out. We got to get rid of her.
That's honestly what I feel like. I like Sydney. I think she does well in these movies. Gail, anytime she comes in, I'm just not a huge fan of her character. And like you said, it just is played out now. And hey, we're on Scream. You're going to be coming up with 8 here probably next year.
Yeah, I don't need any more. Like Dewey's already dead. Let's kill Gail.
Yeah. Let's kill Gail and let's get some good characters back.
Hey, let's just take out Sydney's family too.
Let's start over.
I think we start real dark with the next one. We wipe out her kids, her.
Oh my God. I think we know who's the killer in the next one. Two podcasters go. Hey, that's the storyline. They had enough. They did a podcast and they finally broke.
Dude, you know what? That's not a bad storyline.
How hilarious would it be? Scream 8, we're in it. We're the killers.
They do a podcast and they're just fed up with a stupid story.
Yeah. I mean, I gotta say, that's a great story.
I mean, it's not bad. Kevin Williamson?
Hey, guys started hitting him up in the DMs or whatever you guys did.
Yeah. All right, let's get to our final rating. What did you rate Scream 7?
Yeah, this story was corny as ever. The ending, I thought, like I said, was one of the worst I've seen. I did not like that twist at all. That's the negative. I will say the good things, there were twists within it. I like that they killed that initial Ghostface. That was just cool. I didn't expect that. The kills were awesome. I mean, dude,
great kills.
Just some great, shocking things that you would not expect. And the beer tab, dropping a guy's head on a beer tab. Tab? Is it tab or tap?
Tabs where you pay.
Yeah, that's right. And then having the beer come out of his mouth was just so cool. Overall, though, I'll just say the vibe was great. I had a great time watching this in that theater. I would say everyone had a great time.
Dude, probably one of the best movies, like best experiences going to a movie I've had in ever, maybe.
Hey, I'm going to say that it was the most fun I ever had in a theater.
Like we were in there laughing, like
having a great time. People are talking, but it wasn't annoying. It was just like everyone having this moment together and it was fun.
Yeah, once in a while there were a couple shushes that went out,
well,
and they needed to shut their effing mouth once in a while.
That one lady thought it was her show, and we were all in on it.
But the gasping and the clapping was, I mean, that made me just laugh because it was just corny, you know?
Yeah, the scenes where someone would do something stupid, like you're going in a room, you shouldn't, everyone's like, no! It was just so much fun. And that kind of skews the rating. I don't know, I had a great time. 7.9.
Whoa, okay. I do that every time. I can't stop.
It wasn't good. It was just fun, though.
Storyline was terrible. Like, I mean, the killer reveal, didn't love that. Like you said, it just doesn't, there's too many loose ends where I'm like, what? How do these people connect? And the motive was so lame. Like, that was dumb. You know, start doing Pilates and now you killed your husband and then you blame Sydney. Your whole thing of trying to kill her is because she left. Like what?
I still don't totally understand it. And you've explained it. I watched the movie. I still don't really, it doesn't connect, which makes it just really bad.
Yeah. But we had 3 killers. I mean, that was quite a bit of killers in this movie.
We had a lot in the last one too.
Some of the best kills I've ever seen in a movie. I mean, the scenes were fun. The only thing I didn't like, genuinely did not like in this movie was Tatum and her, like any scene with her and the angst and then like throwing fits, and the stupid writing of her not even like having any idea about her mom is so dumb because every single person in this movie other than her knows about it. Like everybody knows.
Completely agree. The writing I thought was really bad at times.
That makes no sense. Like her daughter is the only one that has no idea about her past.
No,
Like,
it
what?
didn't make sense at all. It was really bad.
But yes, one of the best experience I've had in the movie. I enjoyed every bit of it. Like it was a fun watch. It got a little, by the end I was like, yeah, I'm kind of like over it. Overall, 6.5.
Yeah, fair.
I would say if you like Scream movies, go see this in theater. Hopefully you get a good crowd.
Yeah, dude, that crowd made the movie. I would just say, I wish they would have cut like 20 minutes off because I was done. Once they revealed the killers, we didn't need anything else after that. It just was over for me.
Yeah, overall though, like a fun watch. I enjoyed it, and like lots of like fan service stuff, which was fun to watch.
Yeah, I like the way they brought Stu back.
Oh yeah, that was cool. Let's move on to our survival rules. They're not rules. These are just little things you pick up as we watch, right? Maybe this can help you out to survive.
Okay.
Don't book a murder house Airbnb.
Fair.
If people have been murdered there, maybe just stay out of it. I mean, best case, you might get a ghost.
I said I would go there, but in reality, I would go to watch or to look around. I would never stay there.
I would go to a house that was modeled after a fictional movie.
Yeah.
Not a house people got murdered in. When clearing a house as police, don't forget the attic and basement.
That's crazy. That again is just so unbelievable.
You might as well not look in closets. You know what I mean?
It was really cool though, seeing him sneak out of the attic.
Yeah, it was good.
It was cool.
Don't split up. That's just a classic. They always do it. So is what it is. If you're in a panic room built to keep you safe, maybe don't leave it.
Yeah.
That's kind of the purpose it's there.
But then you don't get cool scenes.
Again, you made the room. Why would you leave it?
Well, at least pack it with weapons.
Yeah. And maybe have some like little booby traps.
Or maybe like a little sliding door where you can stick a gun out and shoot.
Love all these ideas. Flamethrower on the outside.
Oh, just burn the place down.
And if Ghostface is down, you got to do a quick headshot. Just get it over with.
That's
Don't
classic.
hesitate.
I have one actually that I just thought about. I think it's pretty clear. In life, if someone keeps getting hunted down by different people, I don't know how many times it is now. What is this, Sydney's 6th, 7th experience now?
Yeah.
6th. Just don't be friends with that person and stay away.
Oh.
If you're near that person and hey, look at the past. Everyone around her gets killed. Maybe just stay away.
Probably shouldn't marry her.
Don't marry her. Don't be friends with her daughter. Just move towns if you see someone like that.
Stay far away.
Yeah.
That's it. There's really no trivia because this is so new. Nothing's out there.
Cool.
So anyways, we appreciate all you guys. Thank you guys for listening, and special thanks to our tribe. YouTube, we have Philip29, Jake Floppy Snake, Matthew Caesar Minsky, Frederick Blackstone, Crazy Meg, Freaky Frog, and Vane. On our patron side, we have Banky, Drew Castilla, Fernando Zapata, Call Me Chocolate, Tanner Strode, and Oxley Scorpio.
Dude, thank you guys. Thanks to all our tribe members, man. Honestly, it means a ton that you support us like you do. And hey, thank you guys for recommending House of Wax. That's out now for any of you guys who want to watch it.
And next starts The Leprechaun. They took me gold.
I cannot wait to go through these. We actually already recorded one. So.
Yeah, one's good. I mean, it's done, and it's a fun one.
Yeah, it's a blast.
We'll work on 2.
Okay.
That's it. All right, guys. We'll catch you later. We appreciate you.
Well, no, it's thanks for watching. Please leave a review if you like it.
Do we need to say all that?
I like saying it at the end.
Does anybody listen at the end of the podcast to like leave a review?
Am I leaving this in?
No, I mean, you could. I don't care. I guess you could leave this part. That's true. Okay, well, you guys heard it. If you want to leave a review, you can. I don't think anyone's listening here to go leave a review.
But if you are, please leave us a review.
I think if you're here, you might have even fallen asleep.
Yeah. So sleep well, little one.
Yes. Rockabye. All right, guys. We appreciate you. Catch you on the next one.
Thanks for listening. Bye, guys.
See ya.